What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch Fam, you guys already know what time it is, baby. It's time for another live 2022 fantasy football mock draft with you guys with the Catch Fam. Tonight we've got a 12-team full PPR mock on the books. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk some fantasy football. We're going to have some fun. So you guys know what to do, baby. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button, of course. If you are new to the channel, we've got one spot open. So the link is in the chat. Someone come claim spot 10. And let's get this thing rolling. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I'm going to give everyone an extra shout on Discord in just a second here. And we're going to get this thing going. I'm excited. I've got my personal league draft on Wednesday night. And this is your exact format for it. Yep, 1 flex, 5 benches, full PPR. I'm at the 1.1. It is a keeper league, so I've got Javonte at 7.1. But I'm just trying to get some practice in and hang out with you guys, man. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I feel a little bit refreshed. Got a great vacation in with the family, and I'm just happy to be here with you guys, man. I appreciate your guys' support to the channel while I was out on vacation. It definitely was good to get a little bit of a break. I mean, it was, deep inside. It was killing me in the back of my head. Like, it's freaking fantasy season. Like, it's fantasy time. But, as a content creator, it is really, really important to take those breaks overall. And it's especially important right before the season starts, And I just truly, since Lily was born, I haven't taken a break at all from the channel. So I took just a step away for a couple of days there from everything, and I just feel so good, so prepared for the season. Took some time just to reflect on what we've accomplished with the channel, man, what you guys have accomplished as a community. Took some time to really focus and hone in on what I want the channel community to accomplish this season. So I just appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate this community so much. I love the Catch Fam. Thank you guys for all the support while I was gone on vacation. But I am back and ready to freaking go. I cannot believe that we have football Thursday night. I can't believe that mock draft season is ending. It came and it went, although we've been mock drafting since the Super Bowl ended at least once a week. But I just can't believe that August is ending. I can't believe that football is starting. I'm so excited, guys. It's going to be such a great season. It's going to be so much fun. I was so pumped to start tonight's stream, and I'm just so excited for what this season holds. So I'm going to give everyone a shout here on Discord very quickly, who I have not seen yet. And then somebody, hey, we got one spot open. Come claim spot 10. So, all right, let me send out a shout on Discord. Matt in the building. What's good, baby? What's good? We back in. You got super chat. We out here. Let's go, man. Very, very kind of you. I appreciate that, man, guy. Very, very kind of you, man. What a goat. Really, really kind of you, man. You did not have to do that at all. I appreciate that, man. All right, so Matt is the man. Oh, and Godfather took the spot. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Matt, what a guy. What a guy. Very kind of you, bro. All right, let me tag everyone I haven't seen very quickly here. And I told you guys that we were either starting at 10 or 11, and it ended up being 10. So I just want to make sure everyone has a chance to get in here. And if not, we'll give you some auto picks, and we'll go from there. All right, I think I got everyone tagged up here. We'll try and kick off at 10 p.m. We're kicking off. Let's go. All right, I'm probably going to run a second draft tonight as well, guys. Saturday night time. I mean, we got to get used to the Saturday night late streams, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, let me see who's in the chat, guys. Godfather's in the building. What's up, everyone? Welcome back, brother. Hope you had a good vacay. I did, man. I appreciate it. Godfather took the spot. Let's go, bro. Rio Goat in the house. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you guys being here. Real draft starts tomorrow, so this is good preparation. I figured that a lot of people had drafts tomorrow. It's the last Sunday before the season starts, so I figured that a lot of people are drafting tomorrow, man. So good luck, and I'm glad you get some prep in tonight for sure, man. Let's see here. David in the building. What's good, bro? League 3 wants Dylan St. Brown. Send him your offers, guys. Good to have you in the house, David. Matt, 4th pick tomorrow. I'm nervous. Feel like I'm going to have that weird choice to take Cup or not. Yeah, it is kind of... 4 is a weird spot, man. Like, the best case scenario in my mind for pick 4 is JT, CMC, and Justin Jefferson are already off the board, and Austin Eckler sitting there. But there's a strong chance that you see CMC, JT, and Eckler gone. If that's the case, I would probably... I mean, you could debate JJ or Cup, like, if you want to start with the receiver. And then for me, it's like Austin Eckler... Eckler's already taken. It's like Derrick Henry, maybe. It's tough. It's tough. It's definitely 4 and 5 are, like, spots that I am not a fan of drafting from. So I agree with that. It's a little dicey there. So, you never know, though. You never know what's going to happen. I would hope that one receiver is taken and then JT and CMC are taken and he can land Eckler there. Andrew's in the building. What's good? What's good? All right, if you guys are drafting tonight, we're kicking off at 10 p.m., whether you're here or not. And we may have some auto picks tonight, but we're going to probably run a second draft. Derek in the building. What's good, bro? What up, what up, what up? Good to see you, bro. Had my punishment league draft with friends last night and family league tomorrow. Let's go, man. Let's go. I can't believe, like, the draft season is wrapping up here, man. Is Henry full steam ahead? I think so. I think he'll be just fine. Yeah. I think he'll be fine. Andrew's got her home league tomorrow. Let's go. If Henry and Cup are available, I'm going to be so confused. Yeah. It's just a tough choice. But look at it this way, man. Like don't overthink it, right? Like, you're getting an extremely solid RB1 or wide receiver 1 to start your roster with. So really, like, don't panic about, am I taking Cup? Am I taking JJ? Am I taking Henry? Am I taking, I don't know, Najee Harris, right? Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, right? Don't panic. Think about it this way. Do I want to start my draft with a running back, or do I want to start my draft with a wide receiver? You know, have that firm in your mind before your draft starts. You know, is your strategy starting with a running back or receiver? If you're more confident in your draft strategy as a whole, starting with running back or receiver, whatever it may be, then at the end of the day, man, you're starting your draft with a phenomenal fantasy football player. So just, you know, I know it's not a favorable spot necessarily to draft from, but you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. All right, Derek, chilling. You love to see you, bro. Praise in the house. What's good, my guy? What up, what up? All right, guys, we're going to kick this off in about 1 minute here. Looks like we got just about everybody here. Yeah, I think Henry will be fine as well. I just got to remember, I know what I'm doing. I know he's nice. That's right, bro. Go to do your thing. Have fun with it, man. Have fun with it. Enjoy your fantasy draft, right? I tend to go RB. Maybe CMC falls to 4. It's possible. You never know. It depends on, you know your league better than I do, but it's possible. All right, I'm going to get this thing kicked off, man. Let's do it. Let's kick off another live 2022 Fantasy Football Mock with the Catch fam. All right, so I'm still practicing for my keeper league, so I'm going CMC here because JT's not going to be available for me, and it's not unrealistic to see CMC gone at 1.1 anyway, so we'll take him there. I'm still really debating if I want to take CMC in this league or if I want to take Eckler. Like, I just really like Eckler this year. I really like Eckler's one of those guys that, like, I just want him on my football team, my fantasy team, I should say, right? So I have a tough decision to make, you know, and I chose CMC in this draft last year, or in this league last year, excuse me, and I don't know why that's it's bothering me so much, but it is. All right, so CMC gone here, JT gone, no surprise here. Derek says, I'm taking Eckler, can't take CMC. I kind of feel the same way, man. I do. It's really tough for me. I don't think Tox is here. Oh, he got autoed. This is weird, guys. Okay, there's a glitch here. I just want to make sure you guys know. It's saying you have 45 seconds, but you guys only have 30 seconds. So once you hit 15 seconds, it's going to give you an auto pick. I don't know why it's doing that. But we only have 30 seconds per selection, and it's starting you at 45. Because there with with Talk's alt selection, it said he had 45, then took him down to 15 seconds, and it went to auto. So I don't know what that is about. But 30 seconds per pick. Maybe on my next selection, I'll pause it and reset it, see if that helps. But yeah, there's definitely a glitch going on. Maybe when I get, Spencer says to refresh, maybe when I get to his spot, I'll pause it. It's weird. What do you think of a Waddle Tyreek stack? I mean, you kind of get like the consistent guy, then you get the upside guy, but I'm just not a giant fan of like getting two receivers on the same team. Like it just bothers me for whatever reason. It really does. It really does. I would do one or the other, and personally, like I don't dislike Tyreek Hill this year, but I think that the better draft value is Jalen Waddle, and as long as it's full PPR, I really like Waddle this year. I do. So, I don't hate it necessarily, but the issue there is you're probably going to go running back in the first, land Tyreek in the second, go RB in the third, and then hope Waddle is there like early fourth. So it's yeah, it's just one of those things. Like if the offense has a bad week, then your wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 are at a big disadvantage. You know, like I think the way that Tyreek and Waddle will play together, they could easily both have really, really good, you know, value. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't do it personally. All right, let's see here. Do you guys like JT or CMC? Says RS Jason. I think I'm taking JT. I'm probably going JT if he's there for sure. Yeah. Andrew says I took CMC. Like I don't mind it. I'm on the JT at 1.1 train. I've been there all off season. I'm not coming off of it. Have a possibility of doing that, so I'm curious. I will go with Waddle. I think he's the better value. Pray, if you had to pick one guy to start, would you pick Najee or Chubb? I will go Najee for sure. I'll go Najee. You guys, I think the Browns are going to be really bad this year. I really do. I think their pass rush is going to be decent. I think outside of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, I'm really worried about that team. I think the Browns are going to be a team that we're going to start streaming defenses against pretty early on. I mean, Jacoby Brissett did not play good football last year at all. At all. So, I mean, I'm just not in on the Browns. But I do think Nick Chubb will probably be fine. Like, if you have to pick a Brown on your team, or your fantasy team, pick Nick Chubb for sure. But I like Najee Harris more than Chubb for sure. All right. Vladimir says, come on, guys, help him out with the like button. I appreciate that, bro. I don't like two wide receivers on the same team, says Godfather. I agree with that. Cup went 9th here. Damn. All right, let me pause this real quick. And let me just make sure, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to reset it. All right, hopefully that helps. All right, let me make a selection here. All right, I'm going to mess around with a little bit of a different strat. Man, are you guys in on Debo or out on Debo this year, man? Let me know. All right, so let's take a look here. We're 2 rounds in. Let me take a pause from the chat. Yeah, I mean, Kupp has fallen back a little bit in ADP lately. He really has. So don't let it surprise you too much. And the other thing is you guys all draft really running back heavy. So like 6 running backs gone to start the first. CMC, JT, Eckler, Henry, Mixon, and Harris. JJ gone at 1.7 as the first receiver gone. David goes with a running back and goes Cook. So Kupp falls all the way out to 9. Jamar Chase goes at 1.10. Kelsey goes at 1.11. I'm going to say it's pretty much a safe bet that those are your top 11 players that are going to go. 12 gets kind of interesting. Kamara, Swift, Diggs, Adams, even CeeDee Lamb, Barkley are all in that kind of area. So, but those first 11 players, I'd be really surprised if they're not the first 11 players off the board. So, all right. So first one wraps up with Kelsey and Kamara. Swift's gone at 2.1. Andrews, Diggs, Adams, Barkley, Javonte, Tyreek Hill, Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Nick Chubb, Leonard Fournette, and Debo gone. Into the third, we get James Conner, Keenan Allen, Josh Allen, Mike Evans, Zeke, Michael Pittman, and A.J. Brown gone. So Spencer goes Double tight end. Playing around with a different strat tonight. I mean, it's not anything we haven't seen before. Sutton's gone at 3.8. Let's see here. Spence, the people want to know why you took 2 tight ends. Reese, can you rate my team in a 10-man league? I have Jalen Hurts, Trey Lance, CMC, Javonte, Nick Chubb, A.J. Dillon. Love the backfield, man. A.J. Brown, Hollywood Brown, Sutton, Bateman, and Ayuk, Ertz, and Njoku. I like to see a little bit, a little bit of a stronger receiving room overall. You probably don't need 2 tight ends either, but I guess it doesn't hurt in terms of potential injury. Ertz, veteran, and bye week and everything. I'll get a solid 8. The backfield's great. What worries me is, get some nice upside at receiver. Like A.J. Brown and Sutton and Hollywood Brown in the flex is nice. Maybe I'm sleeping on Bateman and Ayuk too much, but they just don't excite me. I'm worried about Bateman. I think he could be an absolute steal. Always looking for those wide receiver ones in mid and late rounds, but I'm just worried about that offense in terms of how much they're going to end up throwing. But I don't dislike this team. Hurts a great QB1. Ertz is fine as a tight end 1. So probably starting CMC and Javonte, or CMC and Chubb. But the running back room is pretty good. That might bump it up like 8.5. Receivers are just kind of interesting. I just don't feel like they're the most consistent receivers. I like Sutton a lot as a wide receiver 3 though. A.J. Brown, Hollywood, and Sutton. Overall, it's probably 8.5 because you're in a good position in terms of your bench and your flex overall. You have the flexibility with Nick Chubb and A.J. Dillon there, and you have the flexibility with, Hollywood Brown and Bateman. It's hard to say if you're starting Sutton or Hollywood Brown. That's almost like a good thing in terms of the flex in your bench. If you're asking yourself, who exactly am I starting here, that probably means that you have good overall depth. So I like this team a little bit more now that I pondered on it, so to speak. I got Rush in the house. Did he take 2 tight ends? Hey, Spencer's doing his thing, man. Jason says I like Cup over Henry and PPR. I'm fine with that. Let's see. Just did a trade Henry and Burks for Chubb, Deontay, and Dameon Pierce in full PPR. Well, it's hard to say, Blaine, because it just depends on your entire roster, Henry's a lot of value to lose. Burks, there's a debate there. We don't really know because he hasn't played a single live snap in a real game, right? So it's hard to say. Deontay, it just depends on the rest of your roster. Deontay's a great value, and especially in full PPR, right? Dameon Pierce, I love as well. It just depends on the roster, man. Chubb and Dameon Pierce for Henry is probably fair, but Henry is still hands down the best player out of this whole deal, without a doubt. All right, I'm going to take 2 receivers here. Oh, I want some, nice upside at receiver. Let's go Godwin and St. Brown. I really want to go Hollywood Brown or Allen Robinson or Judy there, but I'm going to try and get a consistent guy here in Godwin once he's healthy. And then have 2 upside players in Debo and St. Brown. All right, let me see here. Spencer always does that. Spencer has done that before. Yeah, for sure. Who do you rank higher, Chubb or Connor? That's tough. It's probably Chubb. You guys know I love James Conner, though. But it's probably realistically Chubb for sure. Yeah. Brown's still have a good O-line and can run the ball. Yeah. I do think their O-line has gotten worse, though. That's another thing that concerns me. But I do think they're going to be very lenient on the run game, which is going to be a problem because I'm afraid they're going to become one-dimensional. Should I trade CD and Stevenson for Keenan and Thielen? Well, it depends on your roster. Once again, it can be difficult to answer trade questions. And I know it's a pain in the ass to type out your entire roster, but it just gives me a better feel, right? Because it depends on how it affects your entire roster. So CD and Keenan, are pretty even in my eyes, right? CD and more youth, if that is something you care about. Keenan Allen is probably going to be just as, if not more, consistent than CD Lamb, though. If you need the extra receiver, then that's a good trade. I think Ramondre for Thielen is pretty even overall. When Thielen's playing, he's going to be that guy. You know, him and Cousins have that great connection, that great chemistry. So, in terms of the trade purely, I think it's fair, but it just kind of depends on your roster as a whole. Do you need 2 receivers? You know, I would put CD in the same category as Keenan Allen, to be honest. Especially just because why not? That's why. I'm high and kind of effing around, curious to see how it turns out. Hey, at the end of the day, man, I have seen Spencer draft some of the best teams on the channel on a consistent basis. So if he wants to go heavy tight end, I'm not gonna worry about it. Not to toot my own horn, but why is my catch logo blue? I don't know the exact. I'll just pull this up very quickly. It changes depending on how long you've been a member on the channel. So let me just pull this up real quick. I can tell you. Okay, maybe I can't tell you. Hold on real quickly. Hold on. No, I can't tell you. Yeah, it just has to do with how long you've been a member of the channel. But I don't have the exact date. So the longer you're a member, the more the logos change. So I'll keep that in suspense. I tried to work really hard on like the last 3 or 4 of them to make them really cool. We'll see. All right, so this draft is going by very quickly. All right, so Blaine says Devontae and JJ are my 2 wide receivers with Barkley. Let's see here. It's not a bad trade. I mean, then your receivers are stacked. I mean, you get Deontay, then you have more running back depth. I think what I care more about is what running backs you have as a whole. Like, how much does it hurt your team to lose Derrick Henry, or how much does it not lose your team? So, the best player in the trade is still Derrick Henry without a doubt. But like Chubb, Dameon Pierce, like if you have the correct running backs outside of that, it could be a really lethal running back room as well. So, yeah, man, I got you for sure. Appreciate you asking the question, man. So Price is blue means you've been a member for 1 month. That makes sense. I knew the first one was 1 month, but I was trying to figure out the rest of the points. Spencer, press 1 if Steven sucks at fantasy football. Press 2 if Steven sucks at fantasy football. Poor Steven. Albert's in the building. Was good, dog. Good to see you, man. All right, so I'm going to take Hurts here, and then I'm practicing for my keeper league. So I'm going to pretend like the 7th overall selection is Javonte Williams. And, you know, I'm just going to take the highest rated running back. Like, I don't really like Damian Harris here, but I'm just going to take him. That way, it's not really affecting your guys' draft. I'm just pretending that this is Javonte Williams. And I think that this may be how my draft starts out. Running back in the 1st, best receiver available in the 2nd, and I really want to see if I can land James Conner in the 3rd, and then go 2 receivers in the 4th and the 5th round. Then I really want to see if I can land Jalen Hurts in the 6th. There's 2 issues though. I have a huge Cardinals fan in this draft, and I have a huge Eagles fan. I think Connor's more realistic from what I've heard through the grapevines. Is that a saying? Probably not. Is that the Cardinals fan is starting his draft with 3 receivers. He has Kupp as a keeper. No, I think he's starting with 2, so he might still go James Conner. It's tough. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to be available there, but I still think like, part of me is thinking I'll go, like, if Hurts is there, I really want Hurts this year. But if Burrow's there, I'll go Burrow. If they're gone, I think I'm going to fade QB, like, entirely and go with, like, Derek Carr and just get another receiver here. Because if I start my draft with Eckler or CMC, for those of you tuning in, it's a keeper league, so other players are gone. Then I land James Conner, then I get Javonte in the 7th. Like, my running backs are set. Like, you're not going to come out of a 12-team draft with more than 3 or 4 starters unless you just go crazy heavy, you know? And I'm going to try and just get a good late-round player or a good late-round handcuff as my 4th running back. Like, I'd be really happy with Eckler, CMC, Connor, and Javonte, then loading up at receiver, and then kind of fading tight end and quarterback, you know? That's the other thing. I could go tight end at, like, in the 6th round or at the end of the 5th, but it's just tough, man. It's tough. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm basically going to have a draft board, and I'm just going to follow it. This is the league that I always over-prepare for because it's the league I've been in for the longest time. You think Higgins is a wide receiver 1 or 2? I mean, for fantasy, you can play him as a wide receiver 1. Obviously, he's a 2 on the team, but you can play him as a 1. You just got to know with a guy like Higgins, like that ceiling is capped, you know, with Chase there, with Boyd there. But he's going to have weeks where he's on, like, without a doubt. Higgins going to have a great year, man. I've been a huge fan of Higgins. He was someone I was taking really early in the, in the offseason, a lot of mocks. But then his ADP started to move up a little bit. He's kind of faded out of, like, the position where I'm drafting receivers on a consistent basis. So I've been taking him as often. But I do like Higgins a lot, man. He's going to have a good year. Andrew, yes, 1.1 is my spot. Same as last year. Spencer says, look at the chat. So let's see. Is this your other league? All right, I'm about to pick here, Spence, and I'll take a look at it for sure. I got you, broski. All right, so for the sake of tonight's draft, let's go tight end. Oh, do I want a running back or receiver? Let's go receiver. Let's go Pickens here. And let's see how it turns out. All right, Spence, this is your other squad. Wilson, Chubb, Javonte, Keenan Allen, Sutton, Travis Kelce, Hopkins at kicker. Not DeAndre Hopkins. Packers defense. Trey Lance, Kareem Hunt, A.J. Dillon. DeAndre Hopkins is on this team. Deontay Johnson and Devonta Smith. Are these the same teams? And then he also got Albert O, Younghoe Koo in the Chargers defense. 10-man standard with double points for tight end. I like that you set this in the sleeper chat. That was very convenient for me, Spencer. This team is crazy. Nick Chubb and Javonte, great for standard leagues. Wilson's fine at QB. I like Keenan Allen, Sutton. I mean, those are like your primary receivers on 2 teams that I think are going to throw a lot of touchdowns this year. Kelce, I mean, obviously, absolutely beautiful if tight end is holding more value here. Lance, a great QB too. Kareem Hunt, a great handcuff and probably valuable outside of the handcuff. A.J. Dillon, I love that. Love it. D-Hop and Deontay are just great value. Devonta Smith is great value. Alberto is a perfectly fine tight end too. Plus you get the stack. You get a backup kicker and defense. I mean, I would feel great about this team. It's close to like an 8-team looking roster. It's a great roster, man. How do you feel about it? More importantly, I think it's a really good squad. You have to take backups, otherwise I wouldn't. Interesting. That could end up helping as well. Let's see here. Higgins, Allen, and DJ. What order? Allen, Higgins, more. Maybe Allen more than Higgins. Because I think Higgins has a cap ceiling, and I don't think that DJ Moore does. Like, he's a clear-cut number 1. I mean, I'm still on Keenan Allen like all day long, man. I got a lot of love for Keenan Allen. So, it's tough, though, with the 2 and 3 there. I probably like Higgins because I think he's on the better offense. But there's probably a better argument for DJ Moore. I'd probably go Allen, Moore, and Higgins. Yeah. But it's tough, man. Chat, what do you guys think? Higgins, Allen, DJ Moore. How you got them ranked? Spence, I love the team, man. I'd be happy with it, bro. Yeah. Talk, sorry, very sorry. I see a time in Eastern time. I forget that I'm not in Eastern time. You're good, bro. I'm just glad you made it. It's all good. It's all good. You can't hang in the building. What's good, bro? Hello, hello. Appreciate you being here tonight, man. What up, what up? Spence says Higgins, Allen, Moore in that order. Julian says Moore, Allen, Higgins. So we're all over the place. They're all very good, like, third-round receivers. Like, third round, I also, like, if Mike Evans is there, I love him. And I like Cortland Sutton. If Devonta Smith's not part of your draft strategy, then A.J. Brown's great, too. Pittman's, I mean, gosh, really, third-round receivers hold a lot of good value. Godfather says Moore, Higgins, Allen. So, like, every answer is different here. So, I think at the end of the day, they're all very valuable fantasy players without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, I think you can make the argument for any of those guys. Higgins could easily be better than Chase this year. Ooh, haven't heard that yet. But I don't think it's crazy necessarily. I do think that Higgins is a baller, man. I mean, he had some wild games last year. He really did. I think the chemistry between Burrow and Chase is what I look at, though. But I don't think it's crazy. Just depends on who finds the red zone more. That's fair. See, man, like, if you fade QB, right, we're in the 10th round and going to the 11th. I still got Dak, Rodgers, Stafford, Carr, Cousins here. Like, you know? Oh, give me Hendo. You know I want my boy Hendo on this team, babe. And give me the Dukes. Give me some rookie receivers. Let's go. See, like, I'd be happy with this team. Nothing crazy about it, but I'd be happy with it. All right. Rivera, what we got here, bro? Team is Dak, Cook, Etienne, Pierce, Mooney, Lamb, Deontay, Ertz. Got Stevenson, Henda, Galladay, Gesicki, Jacoby, McKissick. 2 flex, 12-man PPR. Do I do the Lamb trade, I asked. So CD, Stevenson for Thielen, and Keenan Allen. So that would leave you without Ramondre Stevenson, who you don't really need. And you got Cook, Etienne, and Pierce. Stevenson's a nice RB4, but I think Hendo is a nice RB4 as well. You lose CeeDee Lamb, so that would leave you with Mooney, Deontay, Keenan Allen, and Thielen. I do think it helps your roster because it gets you that extra wide receiver on the bench in terms of Adam Thielen. And I think that Keenan Allen, in my eyes, is about as valuable as CeeDee Lamb. You could definitely make the argument that CeeDee Lamb has more upside this year, but it's close. It's close. I think it helps your roster, though, because then you have Cook, Etienne, Pierce, and Henderson. You got a solid 4 running backs, and receiver is kind of lacking in comparison where you have Mooney, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay. Like when you go to the bench, you got Galladay and Jacoby Myers. So it's like, you know, replacing CD with Keenan Allen I don't think hurts this roster. And then adding Thielen to the bench instead of having 5 running backs. Because, like, you're not going to be able to start Cook, Etienne, Pierce, Stevenson, and Hendo. It's a 2 flex, so I'd start Thielen. Yeah, regardless, I think it's fine. Like, if it's 1 flex or 2 flex. I'm kind of thinking just in terms of the bench as a whole. But I don't hate the trade. Guys, chime in here, chat. Let us know what you guys think for boy Raphael here. My 2 flexes right now are Pierce and Mooney. And I think that's fine, too. I think that's fine. Like, you don't even have to start Thielen necessarily. I think Mooney and Pierce are fine flexes. But now, if you're offering the trade, you can always offer a weaker piece and see what happens. But if they're offering the trade, then I don't think it – I'll put it this way. I don't think it's an unfair trade And I do think overall it probably benefits your roster as a whole. So, if you feel good about it, I go with it. I always tell you guys with trades, at the end of the day, trust your own conviction, right? And if you feel good about it, then don't let me be the final, piece to if you're going to send a trade or accept a trade. Go with your gut feeling, man. Higgins had more targets last year. Let's check. I think that might be correct, actually. So Higgins, targets 110. And Chase the boy, 128. So Chase did have more targets. But there is some weird stat about something. Maybe if you're saying red zone targets, maybe it is Higgins. But the other thing with how Chase scores touchdowns, he doesn't have to have red zone targets. Like, this man just stretches the field and does some wild things. So, but there is some weird stat that I've seen in terms of something to do with targets in those two guys. So I don't think you're crazy, man. Albert says I do that trade. You can't hang. Says your team's looking nice. I appreciate that. And I'm practicing for my keeper league. So really at 7.1, this would be Javonte Williams. So that's kind of what I'm practicing for. And JT won't be available at 1.1. CMC and Eckler will be, though. But I appreciate it, man. Sign for president in the house was good, bro. What up, what up, what up? Guys, we got over 40 viewers in the house. Thank you guys so much for being here, man. Appreciate you guys spending part of your night here at the channel. Truly, truly do. Man, the more, 12-team mocks that I've been doing closer to the season, the more 12-team drafts that I've done, my boy's staph infection is just here in the 12th round. It's just wild, man. I will fade quarterback if I know I can land Carr or Stafford, honestly. All right. Let me take a receiver here. There's a couple guys I like. Let me just take a look. Tight end, running back. Yeah, I'm going with Jon Dawson or Russell Gage in this situation. Or Alec Pierce. Parker's fine. J-Mo's fine. I already have two rookie receivers on. Truthfully, I probably like Dotson the most. But I'll go with Russell Gage just because I already have two rookie receivers. Do I want to start with a kicker or a defense? Give me a kicker. Give me Meke. Why not? All right. Person with JT isn't keeping him. He is. Sorry if I misspoke. JT will not be available for me. CMC and Eckler will be, though. Yeah, JT will be... I think he was the 8th overall pick. So he'll be gone. What's the schedule for this upcoming week? I can't believe it's the real schedule's here. So it's going to be a little bit hazy the next couple days. So tonight we're mocking. We're chilling. Saturday night vibes. Appreciate you guys being here, man. Tomorrow we're doing an auction mock draft per request from Senior Cinnabon. He requested it 2 weeks ago. His real draft is Monday. So we are mock drafting. Oh, crap. I need to check something. Kenobi, are you in here? Kenobi's in here. I think I misspoke when I DM'd you earlier. Hold on. Oops. Clicking all the wrong things. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I'm good. I'm tripping. Never mind. Forget everything I just said. Okay. So, tomorrow night we're doing an auction mock draft, 10 team. There's a possibility. That's probably all I'll be able to swing. Monday, we are doing our actual draft. We're doing an actual auction draft for the channel Monday. So you guys, the details are on Discord. It's a $20 buy-in. Tuesday, we're doing a 14-team mock per request from Jason Kenobi. And that's it. That's all I got. Schedule's filled up. Wednesday night, I have my own draft, which I will be live streaming at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's going to be crazy, man. Thursday night, I might run a quick stream, like a fantasy Q&A stream. We'll see. Friday, we're doing Underdog. I just can't believe it's here. Saturday night, late night fantasy Q&A. And Sunday, we will have early morning. Probably not too early, but we will have fantasy Q&A before kickoff. So this week's going to be a little bit different because we have Thursday night kickoff. But must-start defenses actually drop today. Must-start kickers will drop tomorrow. Then we're going to have each position, quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, running back, before Thursday night kickoff. But on a normal week, we're going to have defenses out Monday morning, kickers out Tuesday morning, probably running back, receiver, quarterback, tight end throughout the following days through Saturday. So overall, we got a lot coming, man. It's going to be such a great season. Hope that helps. Sorry, I was a little all over the place, man. Let's see here. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, bro. Joshua in the building was good, bro. Good to have you here, man. What do you think of Najee T and Fearmouth for Jamar, Drake London, and Waller? It depends. I mean, Najee and T Higgins is a better combo than Jamar in London is a thing. Like Muth and Waller, like Waller's a better tight end. Is he going to be healthy is a question. It depends on your running back room. Like if you can afford to lose your RB1. I mean, if Najee's your RB2 and you're really hurting for a wide receiver 1, you could consider it. But like you already have a piece of the Bengals offense with T Higgins. I would probably hold your side to be honest, Bobby. When's your next 10-person mock? I think we're done with 10-team mocks. Yeah, I think we're done. I got as many out there as I could, man. Just things are moving. It's moving quickly. It's time. I'll get to teams here in a second, Rio. Rate my team: Josh Allen, Devontae, Mike Williams, CMC, Barkley, Waller, and Jacobs. I have 3 Raiders players, and I don't know the field. I think they're gonna have a good season, man. I wouldn't worry too much. Waller worries me the most just because of his injury history. But starting Allen, Devontae, Mike Williams, CMC, Barkley, and Waller, flexing Jacobs. So yeah, that's a crazy team, man. I feel great about that. Michael Carter is Zamir White. I go Michael Carter. Tomorrow night, I'll let you guys know who's in on the auction. I was gonna start the stream off with that, Julian. So, all right. So let's see here. Looks like I got all the questions out of the way. So, I am gonna run a second mock for you guys. I'm gonna run a second mock. So, all right. Let's see here. Rio. Patty Mahomes, Kyle Pitts, Gesicki, Kamara, Swift, Cook, Madison, Mike Williams, Cooper, Devonta, Sky Moore, Watkins, Tucker, and the Chargers defense. So, QB's fine. Tight end's perfectly fine. Running back room looks good. Receivers, Mike Williams, Cooper, Devonta Smith, Sky Moore, Watkins. Who was available when he took Coop? I don't know. Almost go Gabe Davis or Renfro or Mooney over Coop. I'm out on the Browns pass catchers officially. Outside of that, I like this team a lot. I mean, receivers is like the weaker point of this team. But like you can start Mike Williams, Devonta Smith, and have Coop and Moore and Watkins on the bench. Like your upside's coming from running back, quarterback, and tight end. So, I mean, you're starting Patty Mahomes, Pitts, Kamara, Swift, Mike Williams. I would start Devonta Smith. Then you're flexing Cooper, Cook, Sky Moore, or Gesicki. Probably not Gesicki. You're probably not starting Madison unless he gets traded like tomorrow. Tucker's beautiful kicker. And I'm kind of worried about the Chargers defense, but I think they're fine. Who do they play week 1? Don't they play like the Chiefs? They play the Vegas and then the Chiefs. I love the additions they made in the off season, but I just don't know if it's all going to mesh right away. You know, we see that happen a lot where teams make a lot of good moves in the off season, just doesn't mesh right away. I think they're going to be a good defense, but I mean, Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa is just stupid, right? I think J.C. Jackson's hurt right now, though, right? Gosh. Yeah, if this defense stays healthy and they can mesh, they're going to be beautiful, though. Yeah, I think it's a good team, man. I do. All right, let's see. Derek, what you got, my dude? Overall, Rio, I mean, it's a solid 8.5. Solid 8. Receiver depth worries me. Other than that, it's a really good team. 8.5. All right, Derek. Burrow, Rodgers, Freiermuth. Sorry, I just saw what Spencer's talking about. Okay. Javonte, Damian, Eli Mitchell, JJ, A.J. Brown, Gabe Davis, Elijah Moore, Julio, Rondell Moore. Freiermuth at tight end, Rodgers, we already said that. Cowboys defense and the Bass man. Yeah, I like this team. Receivers are great. Burrow, QB, starting Javonte, and probably Damian Pierce. Maybe Mitchell week 1. Starting JJ, A.J. Brown. Flexing Davis, Jones, Mitchell, Moore, the other Moore. Yeah, this team's fine. Great quarterback room. I will say, if you're going to go out and go after Dallas, like I think they're going to have a good year. But this opening stretch is tough. Tampa Bay and Cincy, like the thing with Dallas, like they're going to have some really beautiful matchups this year. Like, but the problem is they're almost a team that you have to draft 2 defenses because they have some. Like, I just don't like them in some of these big games against, like, these really good offenses like Tampa Bay, Cincy, the Rams, even Philly to some degree. But I like them a lot against the Giants and Washington and Detroit, although I think Detroit's going to be a lot better this year at least. I like them against Chicago. I don't like them against Green Bay. I don't love them against Minnesota. I like them against the Giants. I think Indy is questionable. But I love this stretch, Houston and Jacksonville. And I mean, I like Philly a lot. I think they're going to have a great offense. But I will say NFC East teams tend to get a lot of turnovers amongst each other. So, like, I do worry about starting them at the beginning of the year. Like, I'm about to drop them in one of my leagues. I drafted them. I'm probably going to drop them and stream a team week 1 and 2. And then see if I can pick them up again. We'll see. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I got to scroll back up. All right, Spence with an interesting build tonight. So Kelsey and Andrews at tight end, Tua and Fields at QB. I wasn't able to land Stafford or Carr. Couldn't resist Tyler Algier. Higgins, London, Burks, Boyd, Watson. This is like a hero wide receiver build. Etienne, Pollard, Gibby, Penny, and Algier. Like, almost 0 running back, but not really. You still win RB in the 4th. All things considered, a good running back room. So, starting Tua, starting Kelsey, starting Higgins. Here's the advantage you have here, right? You're starting Higgins, then one of these receivers, probably not Boyd. That would be a headache. Like, Boyd is a great value here in the 10th. Don't get me wrong, but I'd probably almost go Rondell Moore. I don't know. Tyler Boyd is the best available receiver. Like, I'm not going to knock you there. You take the best available player, right? But it's just it would be a headache to have Higgins and Boyd on the same team. Don't you agree? Unless one of them gets injured, it's kind of a nice handcuff. So maybe not. It's probably the best overall pick, but at times it'll be a headache, right? So you're starting Higgins and let's say Drake London, right? Then you're starting Etienne and one other running back. But the advantage is you can flex Andrews, and you're going to flex Andrews, right? Quarterback's questionable, but obviously you try to go for staph infection or Carr. Like, at that point, the issue is, like, you probably can't take Tyler Algier realistically. Like, you have to get that quarterback secure because you're going to move into some of these teams. Like, David's team with Trey Lance as a starter is probably going to want a QB2. You're going to look at teams maybe with a Lamar Jackson, a Jalen Hurts, a Kyler Murray, or the opposite, like outside of those youthful rushing guys like a Tom Brady. or Russell Wilson, who maybe won a QB2, or you're going to have someone in your draft like Talks, who has the best quarterback in the draft and is going to draft Derek Carr just because he wants to put you at a disadvantage. So it was risky and almost paid off. But at that point, you probably have to go QB in the 12th and then take a dart throw if you want another running back in the 13th, right? Another issue is here, obviously, you're going to have to drop 2 players as well. But it's a good overall team. Like for this build, which was an interesting build, it's a good overall team, man. Pray, what'd you do tonight, bro? What you got for us? Pray with the 0 tight end build. So Lamar Jackson at QB, Higbee at tight end, JT Fournette, Breece Hall, Singletary, Spiller. Good running back room. I'm kind of surprised Hall fell out to the 5th. Keenan Allen, Metcalf, Thielen, Lazard, Tony, butt kicker in the Rams defense. So, like, Lazard's fine in the 8th. Tony's not my favorite 10th rounder. Like, I'd probably go I don't know. I'd probably pick the Dubes over him. But really, when you look at a lot of these other names, like, Tony's an upside pick. So I don't hate him as your final receiver. Starting Jackson and Higbee, starting JT and Fournette, starting Allen and Metcalf. Your advantage here is you can flex Breece Hall or Thielen if you have 2 flexes. Those are your flex players, and that leaves you with Lazard, Singletary, Tony, and a handcuff and Spiller. So it's a good team overall, man. Butt kicker and the Rams defense. Yeah, that's a good squad. Michael says, I wanted Dalton Schultz. I was 1 pick away. Oh, that's got sniped. Got sniped. Julian, what you got, broski? Kyler and Tila. Okay. Goddard at 7.9 is a great value. Kupp, Adams, Moore, whew, and Hollywood at 5.9. Some players kind of fell out tonight. A little surprising. That receiving room is stupid. Then, like, this is the perfect team to draft Tyler Lockett, man. Like, he's a perfect wide receiver 5. Probably in general, like, to be honest. But overall, for this team, this receiving room is filthy. But you get all the upside at receiver. You got to really, I mean, Kyler Murray in the 8th is beautiful. Goddard 7.9, I personally like a lot. So all your upside is at quarterback, tight end, and receiver. This is I'm going to play the waivers, and I'm going to look for handcuffs team at running back, though. Like, Monty's your RB1. I like that you got Herbert on this squad to back him up. Like, and then you got C.H. Carter and Brian Robinson, right? So, like, you're starting Kyler, you're starting Goddard, you're starting Kupp, you're starting Adams. You're flexing more Hollywood. If you have 2 flexes, you're going to feel really good because you're flexing more and Hollywood. Then you're probably starting Monty and C.H. That leaves you with Lockett, Carter, Robinson, Herbert on the bench. You got the Ravens defense. You have to pick up a kicker, right? Overall, it's a good team. But you just have to understand what's going to happen at running back throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? So, but overall, a good team for sure, man. John, what would it take for me to get Waddle? Spence? I love you, bro. But you know I ain't trading anybody. You know I ain't trading. I did think about your other trade, but I'm kind of worried about Tyler Algier as much as I've liked him throughout the offseason. But yeah, you know me, man. I'm just not a trader. I'm just not. Michael Carter, Treylon Burks. Depends on the roster, or if you're asking in terms of a draft. I like both for different reasons. It really depends on the roster, man. If it's in a draft, it depends on the roster that you've already drafted, you know? It's hard. Depends on the circumstance. Dotson in the 2nd for Michael Thomas in the 8th. Who wins the trade? I'd probably lean the Dotson side. The Amari slander is unacceptable. Wide receiver 1 will be a playoff beast with Watson. Brown's going to be down, so they got to throw a lot. I mean, I like him for that. Like, if that's your thought process, like I want him for the latter half of the season, I'm fine with that, man. Devin is in the building. What's good, bro? What up? Let's see. All right, let me try and get caught up here. Holy crap, you guys are killing the chat. Let me take a look at Andrea's squad. We are going to run a second draft, so just stick around. Hold out for a couple more minutes here, guys. Andrea, great value on Russell Wilson. Very good value on Zach Ertz as well. Derrick Henry, A.J. Dillon, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Walker, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Robinson, Ayuk, Landry, Chark, Bucks defense, and Nick Folk. Just a good overall roster. I mean, just a good solid squad here, like for your core players, starting Wilson and Ertz. Starting Henry and Dillon. I am fine with A.J. Dillon as an RB2. I like him more than RB3, but I'm fine with him as an RB2. I'm not crazy about Sanders or Walker, but I guess they're fine on the bench, right? CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, and Robinson. It's a good, solid starting roster. That leaves you with Sanders, Walker, Ayuk, Landry, and Chark. Like, I'm not crazy about the bench. I think Ayuk's the best bench player here. Then Walker's a good handcuff, but I'm not crazy about the bench. But the core team is very, very good and some good value there as well. Bucks defense and Nick Folk is nice too. Let's see here. Advice for a 14-team PPR league. I got pick 3. I would go running back early in a 14-teamer. I go running back in the first round. Pretty standard roster settings there. In a 14-teamer, I go running back, then a receiver, running back, then a receiver. Come out of your first 4 rounds with 2 running backs and 2 receivers. If it feels better to deviate and go running back, receiver, receiver, running back, then do so. Look for good value at quarterback and tight end through the mid and later rounds. Don't be afraid to fade fade quarterback or tight end for that matter in a 14-team league. Don't hate on my Dallas, please. I can't take it anymore. I think Dallas's defense is gonna perform very well at times throughout the season. But I do think at times they are going to be frustrating as well. All right, timeout from the chat because I can already see the bar. I'm very far behind. I'm going to get this second draft set up here, guys. And then I'm going to send the invite out. And you guys are probably going to fill it in like 30 seconds. So there will be no random order for this draft. Whatever place you pick is where you're drafting from. I'm going to send the draft invite out at 11 p.m. Eastern Time sharp. So that way you guys have a heads up. It's coming out in about a minute and a half here. Packers D will be top 5. I like the Packers D as well this year, Spence. Would you rather draft Kamara or Swift? I would go Swift by a hair. I love Kamara this year. I will go Swift by a hair just with Kamara's suspension looming over him. So I like both a lot. I'll go Swift for sure. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up here on the chat. We will be rolling another draft. We're getting there. The boys are back in town, says Zounder. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I had a great vacation, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel while I took a little break from streaming. Alright, trying to catch up here. I am way behind. Okay, I'm just at the bottom. If you guys have something really important, put it back in there. Alright, let's see here. Great draft, Chris. Great to have you in the house. Alright, I'm back at the bottom. If you guys have something really important I missed, just let me know. And I'm going to send out this draft invite in 1 minute here. Alright. Let's see here. I just want to see how quickly this fills up. Alright, it's 11 p.m. Eastern Time. There's your invite. There we go, there we go. Alright, hey, I love the fantasy Q&A. I love it, guys. Keep it up. If you guys got anything, let me know. Let the chat know. Ooh, I just stopped the music by accident. My gosh, this is filling up. Not as fast as I thought it would. But still fast. I was about to say still fastly, which is not a word. Alright, let's change the song. Oh yeah, no random order. Whatever you guys pick is your spot for the night. Alright, let's go, guys. We got Chris in here. We got David. We got Devin. We got some new names. Spencer says, I love you, T-Wall. I don't know who you are, but I love you. Let's get this thing going, guys. We got a couple new heads in the building. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Love to see it, man. All right. So I would imagine that you guys are pretty much good to go. So once this gets filled, I might be a Chad fills it. Should we just go ahead and kick off? We'll wait 1 minute. I'm going to kick off at 11:02 p.m. All right, guys? So be ready. 30-second selections. Be on your toes. I'm practicing for my keeper league. So I'm going to take a running back at 1.1 who's not Jonathan Taylor. And I'm going to pretend Javonte Williams is my running back at 7.1. So let's see here. Devin, I'm winning this draft. Let's go, baby. All right, it's 11:02. We're going. We're kicking off a second mock draft for the night. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to take Eckler for the sake of this one. Take Eckler for this one. All right, let's go. Let's go. Yep, Eckler at 1. Well, JT won't be available. For me, it's either this. I'm practicing for my keeper league, and I can either take Eckler or CMC. Yeah, I know I ruined the whole draft. But last draft I took CMC. Dude, Eckler is gonna have a monster year. Like, I really truthfully believe Eckler should be right in the conversation with these two running backs. And I have a strong feeling, like, when I actually do my draft, I'm gonna take Eckler. And I'm just going to get, like, so much hate, like, all night for going Eckler over CMC. But I just have that feeling about Eckler, man. I think he's just going to ball. I think that offense, like, I think about it at the end of the day, like, Chargers offense versus the Panthers offense. Like, I'm going to roll my dice with the Chargers, man. All right, let's see here. Who's your number 1 receiver? It's probably still Kupp. It's probably still Kupp. But honestly, man, it's probably a tie. Like, it's really JJ and Kupp right there, to be honest. Like, I love both those guys. I think Kupp maybe offers a little bit more consistency overall. I think JJ offers a little bit more upside. I think JJ's ceiling, I think it's going to be consistent, though. Like, I really love both those players, man, at the end of the day. I really, really do. I don't have a problem taking either guy. It's really, like, it's just tier 1 is JJ and Kupp. Both are going to have phenomenal years, man. Yep. It's tough. It's tough. I never thought I'd hear you say that. Shake my head. Wait, which part? Which part? Are you higher on JJ? I mean, I get it, dude. Listen, go back early in the offseason, man. Early in the offseason, okay? When JJ wasn't necessarily what JJ has been the last 4 weeks or so in the fantasy community, I was advocating for Justin Jefferson so heavily early in the offseason, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't. I love me some JJ this year, man. I do. I absolutely do. I do. After the review was in the building. What's good, man? How are you? How are you, dude? It's been a minute. We've missed you, bro. We've missed you. We've missed you, man. Hey, check out After the Reviews channel. He does some really, really good content. Some awesome shorts as well. We're big fans of him here at the channel. Go give him a shout, guys. All right. I go Tyreek Hill at 2.12. Then I go Connor at 3.1. So, first round, Eckler, CMC, JT. Those of you guys just tuning in, I'm practicing for a keeper league, so it's my fault. JT fell to 1.3. JJ, Derrick Henry, Kupp, Cook, Mixon, Chase, Kamara, Swift, Najee Harris. Into the second round, Kelsey, Andrews, Barkley, Javonte, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Fournette, Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Pittman, Nick Chubb, Tyreek Hill, James Conner, Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, and Keenan Allen. First time I've seen Pittman go in the second round. I feel like I've seen him go at the end of the second before. I feel like I've seen that before. Now, early second, that would maybe raise an eyebrow, but I mean, he's a wide receiver 1 on a respective team, you know? So, I'm not totally against it. I probably would still go with these 4 receivers before Pittman. But hey, you guys know what I say at the end of the day. If you got the conviction, go get your player, right? After review, I know I've been so long, just busy with real life, locking in for my draft Tuesday. I feel that, bro. I feel that, man. It doesn't slow down, right? Life just keeps getting crazier and crazier. I feel you, bro. So it's good to have you, man. What's up? What's the league looking like? What's the format? How many teams you got? We're here to help you, bro. All right, AJ Brown, Kyle Pitts gone. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Third round wrapping up here. All right, so 56 votes on the poll. 20% of you know, John, you suck. I was really worried when I made this poll that it was just going to be like 98% to 2%. Just, John, you suck. All right, DJ Morgan. Spencer will wrap up the third with Mike Williams and take us into the fourth. You can't hang. Love me some Pitts. Yeah, it's a good value at 3.10, too. Got him like 80% of my leagues. As long as it's full PPR, I don't have a problem. I'm slightly worried. You know, like I'm slightly worried about the touchdowns from last year, you know. I mean, just sitting on 1 score in his rookie year. But outside of that, he had a beautiful year. I mean, the targets are going to be there. He's going to make the most of them. I'm not against Kyle Pitts whatsoever. But I worry about his ceiling on a weekly basis if it's not a full PPR league. But historically, Marcus Mariota has been a big fan of the tight end position, right? But Marcus Mariota, when he was playing with the Titans, may not be the same as what we're going to see with the Falcons. Who knows? SGV, welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate you subscribing. Very, very kind of you to subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the Catch Fam, my dude. Very kind of you, man. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Can we get to 40 likes on tonight's stream? I don't think I'm going to stop streaming tonight until we hit 40 likes. Maybe 50. I think we get to 50 likes tonight. After the review, 12-team non-PPR for $20, 10-team half PPR for $100. Okay. Okay. I believe in you, bro. It'll be fine. This draft may not help you too much, but because it's full PPR, but yeah, we'll see. Eric, do 14 man. Do 14 man. So we have done a lot of 14 man mocks on the channel throughout the off season, and there has been an ample amount of time to request mock drafts as well. But overall, we will have a 14-team mock Monday night. So Eric, tune in Monday night. We're doing a 14-team mock on Monday night. So hey, I'm all about some 14-team mocks. Don't get me wrong, man. But the schedule has just already been set in stone, and we're wrapping up the end of the off season, man. So just not in the books tonight, but we've got plenty on the channel, man. I encourage you to go check some of them out. But I appreciate the enthusiasm for a 14-team mock. Yeah, QB train. Choo-choo, says Spence. I didn't notice that Allen, Herbie, and Mahomes gone right in a row. Albert says the most players I have rostered in my leagues are Pitts, Pittman, and Sutton. No, I'm fine with that. By the way, guys, I am going to pause the draft and reset the time per pick, because once again, it's glitchy, and I'm telling you guys you have 45 seconds when you don't. So I don't know why it's doing that. Sleeper, let us know. But let's see if that helps. I mean, whoever has 1.1 gets 45 seconds. But then it's supposed to cut off to 30 after that. So I don't know why it's doing that. I just don't want you guys to think you have more time than you actually do and then miss a pick, you know? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? What show? South Park. Butters. Okay. I'm going 2 receivers here. I just need kind of like a consistent type player. So I'm going Godwin again. Then we'll go Hollywood Brown for some upside. But I really do like Amon-Ra St. Brown this year. Like as a wide receiver 3. I just think he's going to be the guy for the Lions. There's going to be a lot of competition within that receiver room. But I think he's going to be like the #1 read for Goff. A.J. Dillon or Jacobs. Whew. Whew. I like both, man. Like I like them both as RB3s. I like Jacobs slightly more as an RB2 on a roster, as much as I love Dillon. I mean, it just depends on the overall roster, man. It depends if how many other running backs you have. I think Dillon probably offers a little bit more upside, but you're going to have weeks where Jones is capping that. I don't mind either, man. They're in a very similar tier in terms of where I would draft them, but I like both of them, man. Trying to take a kicker before QB this year. Whew. Don't do that. I mean, he can fade quarterback. Don't get me wrong, man. He can fade quarterback all day long if you want. You can get a Carr in a late round, get a Stafford, a Cousins, whatever, man. But make your final 2 selections a kicker and a defense. Don't go crazy. Maybe Justin Tucker. But you're going to have teams out there, like if you pick a kicker ahead of your quarterback, you're going to have teams out there, who might just see a certain quarterback on the board and say that's the best available player, and I'm going to take them. Like in the Catch Fam League, 12-team league, right? Like I already had Jalen Hurts, and we're at the end of the draft. I'm just looking at the board. It's like Matthew Stafford is the best player available, and I like the rest of my roster, so I'm just going to take Stafford, So you might just lose some value at quarterback is all I'm saying, Dante, what's good, bro? Rate my team 10-man standard. You got Herbert, Cook, Mixon, Keenan Allen, Hollywood Brown, Schultz, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gabe Davis, Josh Jacobs, Stafford, Treylon Burks, Hunter Henry, Ravens defense. Yeah, versus the Jets is beautiful. And Danny Carlson. So you're starting Herbert, Cook, Mixon, starting Allen and Hollywood Brown, starting Schultz, and then you're flexing St. Brown. But you can also flex Gabe Davis. You got Josh Jacobs, Staff Infection, Burks, Henry. Yeah, it's a great squad, man. Ravens defense is beautiful. Daniel Carlson's beautiful as a kicker. This is a great squad, man. Like, receiver is probably the most lacking. But I'd still give this like a solid 9 at the end of the day because it's a great squad, man. I mean, like Keenan Allen's your wide receiver 1. Hollywood Brown's only wide receiver 1 for 6 weeks. He could overtake that place of Hopkins, but you also have Singletary. That doesn't divvy me in either direction. But then you got Gabe Davis as well. This is a good team, man. Yeah, it's a solid 9. Singletary helps with the RB depth, but like I like Henry as a tight end too on this squad as well. Yep, this is a great team, man. I'd be very happy with this team. Starts at 30, then switch to 45. I don't know what's going on with the timer tonight on Sleeper. Sleeper, if you guys are listening, your timer's messed up. Lazard, Dillon, Edmonds, or Michael Thomas, week 1 in standard. If that's your flex, I'd roll the dice. If it's standard, I'd roll the dice on Dillon. If not, I go Lazard. I hate living in kicker and defense hell. They're not smart enough to double draft a QB like that. If you say so, man, you have to let us know. Yeah, Spence, what a nice value there, man. On Pierce. Thoughts on DJ Chark as a late round flyer? Could he sneak up, be wide receiver 1? I think he could definitely play a strong role within that team. I think St. Brown's the #1 read. I do. But will Chark have weeks where he produces? Yeah. Is he a good value where you can draft him? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. In terms of a quote-unquote late-round flyer, I'm perfectly fine. Perfectly fine with DJ Chark. No doubt. All right, let me take a quick look here. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to go with the receiver here over quarterback. Then I'm going to take the top available running back and pretend that this is Javonte Williams. And let's start to my team. Okay. All right, let's see here. Elliot, welcome to it, bro. So I'll let you hit that subscribe button, man. Appreciate you guys. We just had another subscriber. I missed the name, but appreciate you guys so much, guys. Very, very kind of you guys to subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the Catch fam. Elliot says, first time dropping in. Thanks for Saturday night fantasy football hangout. Yeah, bro, of course. That's how we do it, man. We've been doing this all off season, but I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the Catch. Love to have you, man. What trades do you think I should make? I think you should hold that team because it's beautiful. And see how the first couple of weeks go before you think too much about a trade. If you were going to trade someone, like, I like the receiving room, man. That's the problem. Maybe, ooh, I love this receiving room, man. I wouldn't want to let go of any of those players. Maybe find a team. I don't know, man. I really like this team the way it is. Like, if you have a team who really needs maybe an additional running back and has a bad starting tight end, maybe. I don't know, man. I'd hold that team. I'd hold the team. What do you think? Anything specific you're looking for? I'd probably hold the team. Speaking of Gabe Davis, would you start him or Bateman week 1? I'd start Davis. Yeah. I think Davis is going to have a good week 1. I think it's just going to be a shootout Thursday night. Kevin, welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate you subscribing. Very, very kind of you, man. Welcome to it. Kelvion's in the house. What's good, dog? Good to see you, bro. Jerry's in the house. What's up, Jerry? Jerry. What's good, bro? Let's see here. All right, let's see. All right, caught back up with the chat. Let's see what's going on here, guys. 7th round. We got CH, Miles Sanders, Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris, Kyler Murray, Devonta Smith, Tony Pollard, and D-Hop off of the board. I am way behind on the draft board, so we're just drafting and we're talking fantasy. And you guys can take a look at the draft board if you would like, as Ayuk and Jalen Hurts falls out to 7.11. I think that's a beautiful value personally, but let's go. Dante says, let's go Schultz. All right, Spencer will wrap up the 7th round. Take us in the 8th by going Drake London and Elijah Moore. See, I like how Spencer switches up his builds every draft, you know? I like it. All right, into the 8th round we go. All right, Rashad Penny, Christian Kirk, Patty and Cheese gone. So, for those of you guys just tuning in, I'm practicing for my Keeper League. I'm going to take Eckler, CMC at 1.1. JT will not be there. JJ won't be there. Cup won't be there. Chase won't be there. It's like it's Henry, CMC, or Eckler. I don't think Devontae Adams will be there either. So Kelsey is like, you could make an argument, but we're not going to go there, right? For me, it's down to Eckler or CMC. It is half PPR, so like Henry, it's Eckler or CMC. Brian, excuse me. Welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Very, very kind of you to hit that subscribe button, man. Welcome to the Catch. Guys, clap hand emojis in the chat. For those of you guys who are members, member emojis in the chat for all the new subscribers tonight. Appreciate you guys, man. And then back to my Keeper League, right? I'm going to have Javonte Williams at 7.1. So I've just been taking for these mocks the best available running back, so it doesn't really mess up your guys' draft. Like if I'm targeting someone else, you know. So I'm kind of just playing around with what I might see in my Keeper League. I want like 3 or 4 receivers early, you know. But when I was practicing before, I was taking a receiver in the 3rd. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I'm looking at it in the 2nd or 3rd because I've got the turn, but I'm liking this build right here. RB, receiver, RB, 3 receivers, then Javonte. Because before I was going quarterback here. But here's the thing, man. Like, I just don't think realistically in this draft that I'm going to be going into Wednesday night, that Jalen Hurts is going to be available. Like at the 6th, in the 6th round, at 6.12. Like, I think he's going to be gone. Plus, quarterback's going to be shifted up a little bit because Herbert's not going to be available and Josh Allen's not going to be available. All right. So let's say I go tight end here. Then, like, do I go running back or receiver here? Like, if I go running back, it's James Cook. If I don't, I still like my running back situation. Let's go Pickens. I don't know. I like Tyler Lockett a lot there as well. It's Lockett or Pickens. Who you guys drafting? Tyler Lockett or George Pickens as your wide receiver 5? You know? All right. All right, let me scroll back up, guys. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Devin says I definitely lost this chat or this draft. All right, you're 0 RB, but outside of that, your team's good, right? Are you a Lance believer? Yes, but I would draft a second quarterback with them, like a Cousins. Like I want like a reliable QB with them. I think Lance, as the season goes, is going to be fine, but I want a reliable quarterback behind him. Like Cousins or Carr are the perfect quarterbacks there, you know. But yeah, I believe in Lance for sure. I had the exact choice of my season long last night. Yeah, it is weird. CMC, Eckler, Henry in a .5 12-team league. Went with Eckler. Did a good amount of research prior. That is crazy. That is really weird. But man, I was talking about this in the last mock we did. I am kind of leaning Eckler as well. Yeah. It's tough. I'm leaning Eckler as well. That is weird. That's crazy. Cook or Pickens? Which Cook? James Cook or... Oh. So were you talking about with that selection, that's who I should have picked? Cook or Pickens? Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Because, see, like, now, like, I was hoping Hendo would fall out to the end of the 10th, but I should have known better drafting with you guys. Like, if I go running back there, it's Hendo, Cook, or Melvin Gordon. And now I'm kind of in a spot where RB4 does not look very good. So it's a good note to make. I need your opinion on Team 10. We'll get there. We'll get there. Off the top of my head, at this point in the draft, if you hit some good running backs here at the end, I like this team. Receivers, good late round receivers as well. QB and tight end are fine. The potential ceiling in a Kamara and Barkley is stupid though, like in a good stupid. Kevin says he's drafting Pickens. Russian says he's drafting Pickens as well. Yeah, like I kind of want to come out of my draft with at least one rookie receiver. I don't really care who. Well, I mean, I do care who, but like I want one rookie receiver out of my draft just because so many rookie receivers in the last couple of years have just been playing so well, you know? So, like, if I come out with one rookie receiver, I'm going to feel like I have a chance to land someone who's productive, right? Let's see here. Let's see. Pickens has high upside and low floor. Tyler Lockett will be average all year. That's fair. Yeah, I just think, like, Lockett as a wide receiver 5, like, would make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? But I like Pickens there. Like, I'm fine either way. But just the more I start thinking about Lockett, I'm like, at the right value, I kind of really like him. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, man. All right, chat. How we feeling, guys? How are you guys feeling about your fantasy rosters? If you guys are drafting tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, how are you guys feeling overall? Are you guys excited for Thursday night's game? I'm freaking pumped, man. I'm freaking pumped. I got to figure out who I'm drafting here. So like RB4, I just like lose value, but give me Robinson. Yeah, I mean there are receivers I like here, but like I have to go QB. I'll take A-Rod. I don't mind Carr here either, but I'll go A-Rod. I just know that there's at least one team that needs a quarterback, and there's enough teams that could take a QB too. Like, and I'm at the turn. Like, I have to go QB here. All right. Let's see here. Lack of receiving game for Henry is worrying coming off the injury. Don't mind missing a healthy season from CMC. Just want to see it first. Eckler just feels like a safer CMC. That AFC West track meet is so enticing. I realize Eckler is due for negative touchdown regression, but the offense is so good. Good luck. I realize it's nitpicking, but that's what you do at the top. I love it, man. Yeah, I agree with just about all those points. Yeah. I don't worry about Henry in terms of not having the receiving value because he's going to get it done without the receiving value. But I like the receiving value of an Eckler or CMC. So I still, for the most part, agree with what you're saying. And, like, the biggest thing with CMC for me is, like, I had him in this same league last year at 1.1. You know what I'm saying? So I just like don't want to have the repeat. Like I get it. There's so many arguments to take CMC. Like I totally get it. But I agree. I feel like Eckler is essentially a safer CMC. I think that's a perfectly fine way of putting it. And I agree. I just want pieces of the Chargers offense. They're going to freaking ball this year. And I talked about this in the stream earlier. Like that's what it boils down to for me, right? Do I want a piece of the Panthers offense or a piece of the Chargers offense? I want the Chargers. So, yeah. If you look at rookie history, as long as they're not missing games, they fare very well. That's a good point, too. Andrew says, go Bills. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. Going to feel like Christmas morning, 100%, man. Yeah, I'm probably... I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of a stream Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to try and do a quick stream before the game. There's a possibility I do that and like just do like a Final Fantasy Q&A. Or if I'm going to do a stream after the game. I don't know. It's going to be pretty late. So I'll probably do something before the stream. I'm off Thursday, so that helps. Albert says I'm going CMC first overall, and I think that's perfectly fine. Like at the end of the day, man, if you're drafted in the first round, you look at your selection. You decide, am I going running back or receiver? If you're at the very end of the first, possibly Kelsey, right? And you just take your guy, right? Solidify, do I want to start RB or receiver? You know, you can't... I get there's some selections where it's a little bit more difficult to do that, but, like, just take your guy at the end of the day, right? And then trust your gut. You know me, right? Follow your conviction. Elliot says that Scar hurts. I wonder if people who had Sutton last year are shying away. Albert says, I'm all in on Sutton. I do like Sutton. I'm more scared of drafting Judy than I am of Sutton in comparison to last year. Because going into last season, like Judy was my guy. I was super high on Jerry Judy going into last season. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Super, super high. That was like my late round receiver to draft. If you guys are really bored, you can go back and find some of those videos. Or just some mock drafts going into last season. Like Judy was my boy. And I'm more worried about drafting Judy this year because of that. But, you know, Sutton and Judy, for that regard, have never had good quarterback play. And, you know, theoretically, they have Hall of Fame quarterback play now, right? So, I don't mind Sutton. I think I've been on Sutton all off season long. I've just had that feeling. Like, we won't know until the season starts rolling. Is it Sutton or is it Judy as a wide receiver one? I just have that feeling it's going to be Sutton, personally. After the review says always pick guys on good teams. That's a fair way of putting it. Now, like, bad teams will produce good fantasy players. Like, there is value to every starter to some degree. But I agree with that. You know, in the first round, definitely, for sure. You Can't Hang says, I wanted the dudes. Yeah, I do like coming out of drafts with Romeo on my team. I just knew if I didn't go running back there, we're in the 12th round now, and like Zamir White and Algier just got taken. Like, I'm looking at these names on the screen as my RB4, like, because part of me is like, man, if I go Romeo Dubes here and then Aaron Rodgers, like, that's a beautiful stack. Yeah, and I had to go QB there, because yeah, I wasn't gonna call you out in the middle of the draft, Spence, but you're the only team without a quarterback, and I was like, he's taking one of these guys. Now, retrospectively, like, I thought there's a good chance that Carr, Cousins, and Rodgers all get selected, and if Cousins is still sitting here or Carr, there's still a possibility that one of them gets selected. I don't know. I didn't want to have to worry about it. So, all right, let me make a selection. Probably going receiver here. Sky Moore, Jarvis Landry, Russell Gage, Rondell Moore, Chark, J-Mo, Kenny Galladay. I like Alec Pierce as well. I'll go Sky Moore, though. Let's go with them rookie receivers, right? Kicker, defense, give me Jay Tucker all day. Let's go. Into the 13th round we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, I think it's pronounced Dubs. Oh, it is. Sorry, if you guys are new to the channel, I just always say Dubes. I just like, I don't know. I've been saying Romeo Dubes all off season. Yeah, I like saying Romeo Dubes. Don't ask me why. Yeah, it is definitely not pronounced Romeo Dubes. So, Judy hasn't proven it yet. Sutton has had a 1,100-yard season with 6 touchdowns. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Judy had a good rookie season. I think his rookie season was fine, all things considered. 856 receiving yards, all 52 receptions, 3 touchdowns. It's a fine season for a rookie. But really, when you look at that class, I mean, it's a ridiculous rookie receiving class. But I get what you're saying. Sutton's had the better seasons out of the two, for sure. I haven't drafted Judy once this year, ever since I heard he was behind Tim Patrick in the wide receiver spot before he got hurt. Man, do I miss me some Tim Patrick. Like, that's like the one off-season injury I can't get over. I really miss my boy Timmy P. It was my favorite late-round selection all off-season. We miss you, Tim Patrick. If you hear this, man, we're wishing a speedy recovery. But, I miss Tim Patrick. He would have moved up in ADP like crazy. Like, where's Tyler Boyd going at 10.7 tonight in this specific draft? Like, Boyd and Tim Patrick have just been my favorite late rounders. I mean, I had like a 19% exposure to Tim Patrick and Underdog, and I don't feel bad about it whatsoever. Sun to the moon says you can't hang. Albert says with Flacco throwing him the ball, man, isn't that something? Hey, we're gonna see some Flacco action this Sunday, right? A week from tomorrow. Ertz for Knox in a straight-up trade. I'd probably lean Knox by a hair, but I'm a Knox believer. I'm a Knox believer. I'm probably going to have more than one team this year with Knox. I'm either going to pay for it or I'm going to be just fine, I like both, man. They're in a really similar tier for me. Like, they're probably right next to each other overall. So, at the end of the day, do you like the Bills or do you like the Cardinals? They're both going to be great fantasy offenses, man. Let's see here. Elliott, if he has a good rookie year, it'll just be Romeo moving forward. That's fair. I am Thomas. What's good, bro? How do I join a mock? Generally speaking, our mock draft invites are only sent out on Discord, but we're basically just having like a mock draft party. Honestly, guys, I'm probably going to run a third mock because I only streamed once this past week. We'll be on vacation. So basically what will happen here is we will send out an invite at the end of this mock, and we'll roll with another mock. So, yep. That didn't really answer your question. So I'll send out the invite in the chat shortly after this mock. So. All right, man. I am Thomas. So join the Discord. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, man. Welcome to the Catch fam. Yeah, I mean, just for community updates, for announcements, for mock draft invites, underdog draft invites, all that stuff, man. I mean, if you guys are going to be part of the channel, Discord is the best place to be. So I don't get any benefit from you guys joining the Discord. It's just literally the best way for me to communicate with you guys, without a doubt. Who was Team 7? I don't even remember. I can check. I mean, if he was Donzo, I might be Chad. Yeah. He was ready to get out of here. It's all good. All right. Michael's got his hand up. Let me know if you guys want me to take a look at your squad. I'm going to go through these kind of quickly since we're going to move into another mock. Herbert and Stafford at quarterback is just like unfair. I mean, that's probably a scenario where you're taking the best available player there in the 10th, but like truthfully, like I'd rather draft Tyler Boyd right here, man. I'd rather draft Boyd or Romeo or Dotson, Michael Carter, Madison. Like if you have Herbert, like outside of week 8, like you're starting Herbert every week, man. As good as Stafford was last year, as good as Stafford is in general. I would have gone with another receiver running back there personally. But at the end of the day, like now you don't have to worry about bye weeks with your quarterbacks, right? If God forbid anything happens to either of them, you're fine. You're fine. So that would be my first note. Outside of that, Dalton Schultz, Alberto, Mixon, Jones, Gordon, McKissick, Higgins, Thielen, Hopkins, Lazard. It's a good team, yeah. I will go with another running back or receiver here. With Thielen coming off injury and Hopkins suspended, I would probably go, if it was my draft, I'm going Tyler Boyd right here. But other than that, I like this team. You're starting Herbert, starting Schultz, Mixon, Jones, Higgins, Thielen, then you're flexing Lazard or Gordon. See, like I would have definitely taken another receiver because your flex is kind of hurt with D-Hop missing those 6 games. And then can you trust Gordon in the flex? You can, but his ceiling's capped, right? So that'd be my only note. Outside of that, I like this team. I guess you could flex Albert O too. It's not, and he's pretty good value at 14.5. But good kicker, great defense. Yep, it's a good squad. That'd be my only note, though. All right, who got best is way too hard for me to look at the draft board, and I don't know, man. T-Wall's got a pretty good squad. I'll say that. David, what we got, bro? Lance at QB, Fearmouth at tight end. Good value here. Late round QB, late round tight end. I still don't mind like taking a second QB. I mean, like if you're going into the 12th round, I can't see who's still available. I like a second QB behind Trey Lance personally, but if you're gonna ride or die with Lance, I'm fine with that. JT at Monty, Edmonds, Hines, good value at running back. Like, I mean, you really got 3 running backs in a handcuff, but Monty at 5.3 is a really good value. Edmonds at 7.3 is good value. You got Pittman, Evans, Cooks, Mooney, Burks, and Isaiah McKenzie. It's a great receiving room. It's a good overall squad. Yeah. You just gotta understand you're gonna ride or die Trey Lance, which I don't have a problem with. But if he has some hiccups, you just gotta be prepared for it, right? So you're starting Lance, starting Fearmouth, starting JT and Monty, starting Pittman's, Evans, and you can flex Cooks, Mooney, Burks, Edmonds, McKenzie. Then you got Hines as a handcuff, Harrison Butker in the Colts defense. It's a great team, man. Yep. Good value throughout this draft, man. A really good squad overall for sure. Would you trade the Dubes and Ertz for Knox and Pickens? Nah. It depends on who you believe in, man. Like, Dubes and Pickens, like Dubes could be the wide receiver 1. Pickens probably won't be. You know? Knox and Ertz are like really close to each other in value. So it really just comes down to your own personal conviction. Like, I don't think you're necessarily gaining anything from this trade. You're just swapping a tight end and swapping a rookie receiver. So I would look at who you personally believe in. Let's see. House Team 9, I auto-picked Ertz and Patterson. Let's see. Josh Allen, Zach Ertz, Prescott. once again, like you probably don't need Prescott, although he's a good value at 9.9. Chase, AJ Brown, Judy, Dubes, JMO, Javonte, Kareem Hunt, Patty and Cheese, Herbert, Cleveland's kicker. Dude, this man is a beast, by the way, dude. Yeah, this man can kick the shit out of a football. Excuse my French. Bills defense, you probably could have waited a round or so, but that's fine if you want to take the positional advantage, quote unquote. My only note here is, like, you really probably don't need Prescott on this team. Like, let's see, Allen's got a week 7 bye. Prescott's a week, like, you don't worry about the bye week, but overall, man, like, if you got Josh Allen, like, you're starting, sorry, I just bumped my mic. You're starting Josh Allen every week outside of his bye, then just stream a QB for a week. Like, because it's just going to be a headache. Like, am I starting Prescott against Washington, or am I starting Allen against New England? Or I don't know. Those are just random off the top of my head. Like, at the end of the day, man, if you draft Josh Allen and you spend that capital on him, you need to come back in those later rounds and not spend draft capital on a quarterback. So that'd be my only note. And, like, really looking at your running back room, it probably would have benefited you to take Kenneth Walker, Michael Carter, Madison, Robinson, Gainwell, anyone there overall. I think receiver value is really, really good on this team throughout the draft, though. Outside of that, running back could have used some help, and I would have gone with a running back over Prescott, because you already got your boy Jay Allen, right? All right, Hunter says might be my best draft yet. Let's go, bro. Not sure which team you are, Hunter, but let's go. Love to see it. Mocks always end up better than the real draft for sure. Traded Diggs and Hawkinson for Saquon and Pitts. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your receiving room, but the Saquon and Pitts side is better for sure. Yeah, I mean, the tight end swap, the Pitts wins all day long. The ceiling that Saquon's going to offer is beautiful. Like, if you didn't need, like, Diggs is going to be a phenomenal receiver, going to be extremely consistent. But if you didn't need Diggs as a receiver, then if you got Pitts and Saquon, you won. I'm asking the trade because I know you don't like trades. It's not that I dislike trades. I understand trades. I do think they're valuable. I just personally don't trade a lot. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Mecky the Goat was good, bro. Can you rate my 12-team man league? PPR, Herbert, Henry, Fournette, Pierce, Allen, Cooper, Lockett, and Kittle. Yeah, it's a good squad, man. I mean, I have to see the bench players here, but Herbert is your quarterback. Henry and Fournette is great. Starting receiver, it depends on your bench receivers. Like, I like Allen as a wide receiver 1. Be a little bit worried about Cooper and Lockett and who's throwing them the football the majority of the season, you know. But Herbert, Henry, Fournette, you can flex Pierce, start Allen, start Kittle. Receiving, it depends on what other receivers you have. Receivers kind of scare me, so I'll leave you at an 8 overall. For 12 teams, though, it's a pretty good core roster. I like Diggs over Barkley, but Pitts over Hawkinson. That's fair. That's fair. Let me catch up here. All right. We're running another draft. Let's do it, boys and girls. Let me get this set up. All right, no random order. I'm still practicing for my keeper league. And no random order, guys. Whatever draft selection you pick is yours. I'm at 1.1. Let's go. All right, there's your selection, or there's your invite. What am I saying? No warning. It's just in the chat. Fill it up, boys and girls. Let's go. 40 likes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Damn, we got so many new heads in the house tonight, man. Appreciate you guys, man. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to it. I'm trying to win a trophy smack belt in this tournament I entered. Let's go. I'm trying to see you win it, bro. Hines, MVS, Tony, or J-Rob for a deep bench stash. Depends on the roster, but I'd probably go J-Rob, quite frankly. Yep. I think J-Rob's going to be involved in that offense. I mean, ETN's got the upside, don't get me wrong, but I'd probably go J-Rob if it's a true stash. Yeah, I go J-Rob. All right, we got one spot. Someone come take the 5th overall pick here. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. All right, man. Appreciate you guys being here tonight, man. Thomas's W stream. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Trenton got in. Let's go, bro. Let's go, let's go. All right, so I'm still practicing for my keeper league. So I'm not taking JT at 1.1. And then I'm just taking the best available running back at 7.1. And in my head, I'm processing that as Javonte Williams because that's my keeper. I've been watching Fight Sports all day. Football Geek. I don't have Sleeper. Hang on. Yeah, man, if you make it quick enough, you might be able to select or take that 5th overall pick, man. All right, guys. So basically what we'll do here is once the 5th selection gets picked, we'll just kick off. So 30-second selections overall. Keep in mind, guys, the timer overall on each selection has been kind of messed up. It's telling you guys you have 45 seconds when you don't. And you guys have 30 seconds. So if it gets to 15, like, it's going to give you an auto pick. All right, Smokes Bud at 1.5. Let's start the draft. Let's go. All right, we'll go CMC here. And let's go, let's go. All right, so many new heads tonight, man. Appreciate you guys being here. I can't believe the mock draft season is just wrapping up. I really can't. Truthfully, like, I planned on getting so many more mock drafts out in terms of uploads, like, before the season started. And I mean, I still got like a good amount out, but I truthfully planned on, like, no matter what, having a mock draft upload every single day. And I'm a little disappointed in that, on top of the live stream every night. I don't know why I'm disappointed, but I am. And this August just flew by, man. But honestly, we've been mock drafting all off season. We've had so many uploads. Like, I don't know. No need to beat myself up for that. We got a lot of content out, and we have a lot of content coming for the season as well. It's going to be an absolute grind for the next 18 weeks. Oh, a little bit more than that with this next, few days. And really, we're basically, like, once the fantasy playoffs end and the regular playoffs start, like, we're going to have pick'ems. We're going to have underdog content. It's going to be a blast, man. We got so much coming. My wife and I are literally planning a vacation already for, like, March. Because I'm going to be grinding like crazy through February, man. And we had so much fun at the beach, you guys. All right, it's Saturday night. We've done 2 mocks already, so, Saturday night vibes. We usually get into real life talk too. The baby, like she just loved the beach, man. Like, she had such a good time at the beach. I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but she's not even 8 months old, and she just freaking loved the beach. So now we're going to go to the beach all the time. Elliot says too slow. At least I have Sleeper now for sure, bro. Love to have you in some upcoming mocks here. As we only have so many left, man. I can't believe mock draft season's ending. You ever do drafts on Underdog? All the time, man. All the time, yeah, for sure. We've got plenty of best ball drafts on the channel. For sure. By the way, guys, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy Football, you decide to sign up with the easiest, best to use DFS best ball format in the frickin' world. Sign up with promo code TheCatch to double your first deposit up to $100. Yeah, we need an Underdog night, man. It's been about a week or so since we've had one. Usually, For those guys who don't know, Friday nights are when we do Underdog nights. So, man, Kelsey falls out to 2.8. Albert says starting lineup is Dak, CMC, AJ Dillon, Lamb, Pittman, Sutton, Goddard, and the flex is Cooks. How do you feel about it? I like it. I like the AJ Dillon height for sure, bro. Yeah, I feel really good about it, bro. Is that a 3 receivers lineup with a flex? I mean, I don't have anything against that, but just making sure I'm looking at that right. Man, I'm landing Debo and Connor in like a lot of these mocks. Ending up punting on tight end in the draft till super late. Just couldn't pull the trigger. Looking at matchup streamers for week 1. Pulled the trigger on Fant. Who's your favorite punt tight end? So I don't dislike Fant. But I think week 1 is going to be tough, man. I think that Broncos defense is going to play really well against Seattle. I think the game script's going to be really negative overall at the end of the day for Seattle. Maybe outside the run game to some degree, but if Hunter Henry is available, man, like I love Hunter Henry. I don't know if I call him a punt tight end, like it kind of depends, but Hunter Henry and Albert O, like it looks like they probably got drafted if you went with Noah Fant. I like Tonyan as well. He gets Minnesota and Chicago to start the year. Fant's got Denver. San Francisco in week 2. San Francisco was really bad against tight ends last year, if I remember correctly. Atlanta's a good matchup, like regardless. And then get Detroit, which, I don't know. Dan Campbell's your coach. They might know what to do against tight end. If Hunter Henry is available, he's been my favorite late-round guy for sure. But Higbee, there's an argument for Irv Smith. I'm not crazy about Njoku, but some people are. I do like Tonyan. I don't dislike Noah Fant, though. Like, I mean, he's been with Drew Lock the majority of his career, you know? Been quiet in the preseason, catching just 3 passes for 17 yards. But, yeah, he's essentially, without a doubt, the number 3 target on that team behind Lockett and Metcalf, right? Gosh, the receiving room is bad, too, behind those 2 guys. Like, there's a possibility someone steps up, but, like, I don't dislike Fant. I've been kind of talking about that all off season long, but I just think week one could be tough because I don't think the game script's going to be very good, but he could get some garbage time points. So, sorry, I don't know if that helped your question. I didn't really give you a clear answer, but Albert likes Everett against the Raiders or Hooper against the Giants. That probably answered your question a little bit better. So I like both those streaming ideas as well. Hooper, like, I'm not crazy about. I just don't feel great about that offense, but I think Everett's a really good call against the Raiders. I just feel like Tannehill hasn't really, like, targeted the tight end. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. But once again, like, Hooper's at worst the 4th target on that team. Like, I think it's still Woods, Westbrook, and Burks. Henry's not going to get a lot of passing options, right? So Hooper's probably in a decent position. I don't think that's bad. Yeah. Revenge spot at home. Yeah, that's a good point, too. There are other options. Hurst, Higbee, Hooper, Alberto as well, so in the same game. Also like having that final player going. Everett too. Man, like, it's Alberto. I think most people would probably tell you to pick up Alberto because of the upside. Seattle was not good against tight ends last year. I think most people will tell you go Alberto. But I don't dislike Fant. Like, I could see Fant having a decent game. But I just think the game script's probably not entirely in his favor overall. And Everett's a good call as well. All right, let's switch it up a bit here. Let's go Metcalf and Robinson in our third mock on the night. Yeah, I would try not to overthink it too much because like there's an argument for all those tight ends right there. I would trust your gut, and if you like the revenge game script, whether it's Alberto, which he's not really getting revenge, but is the opposite tight end, or it's Fant. Like I think there's an argument. I think for me it's probably Alberto or Fant, right? I think Everett's the next best option. Then Higbee, Hurst, Hooper. I don't know why I don't feel good about Hooper. Hurst I've kind of talked about throughout different points in the offseason where I'm like, I could see Hurst having a decent year, man. I think I don't think it's going to be very consistent. Like Uzama was kind of all over the place last year, but he had weeks where he popped, right? So... all right, man. What a great stream tonight, guys. We gained over 20 subscribers. Stream has been super active. Appreciate you guys, man. All right. What we got going in this draft? I've barely been able to look at the draft so far tonight. I'm just kind of conducting my own strategy and seeing what happens. All right, I'm trying to finish out this drink. Sorry, guys. I don't know about you guys. As I move into my next water here. But like when I have a drink in like a can, I really like it really bothers me if I don't finish the whole thing. So like all the time when I'm streaming, I'm like freaking chugging over here. Okay. Trenton says accidentally auto drafted Mahomes. Uh-oh. Yeah, so keep an eye. Like I said, the timer's been messed up all night and it's not, I don't know how to fix it. We've tried it once or twice, but like you don't have 45 seconds, you only have 30 seconds. So if it gets down to 15, it's going to auto pick for you. I don't know. We've reset it a couple times. It doesn't seem like it fixes anything. So on some of the selections, if you look, it says 30, then it goes back to 45. I don't know. So try and keep an eye out if you guys are drafting. Hasn't gotten better throughout the night. So, yeah. All right, into the 6th round we go, man. Here we go. Who you taking third pick in a 10-team PPR torn between Eckler, Kupp, and JJ? I'm probably going Eckler, personally. I mean, there's a strong case, Joshua, for Kupp or JJ, but I'm probably going Eckler. I mean, in a 10-teamer, there's certainly an argument for Kupp or JJ, right? But I 99% of the time, in a regular format, like a non-best ball format, I'm starting my team with a running back. So personally, I'm probably going Eckler. But like if you want to start your draft with a receiver, then Kupp or JJ are perfectly fine. It just kind of depends. Do you want to does your strategy overall entail you starting with a running back or a receiver? For me personally, it's running back, so I'm going to go Eckler. But Kupp and JJ are perfectly fine as well. So if you're asking me, I'm going Eckler. If you want to start with the receiver, take Kupp or JJ. Got no problem with it, man. All right, Trenton, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why it's been doing that all night, man. Albert says he's going JJ. Like, I'm fine with that. All right, so, you guys, are you excited? I'm excited. Like, fantasy football season is here. Not here quite yet, but it's basically here. So, how do you guys feel, man, about your respective rosters at this point in the offseason? How are you guys feeling? All right, so I'm going to go receiver here again. Let's go Renfro. And I'll take the best available running back. And in my mind, since I'm practicing for my keeper league, that's Javonte Williams, not Gibson. But, oh, hey, Gibson at 7.1, I guess. So, all right, into the 7th round we go. So I'm trying out this strat again. You know, there's a couple of drafts here where I was going quarterback at 6.12, but realistically, like, I don't think in my actual draft that Hurts will be available. I know too many fantasy managers in that league that are high on Hurts, and then I have like a fanatic Eagles fan in that draft as well, who's going to be able to fade receiver because he got Waddle in like the 10th or the 11th as his keeper. So As a matter of fact, if you guys want to see, this is for my keeper league. This is how things look. So I'm going to have Javonte at 7.1. Steven's going to have Jamar Chase at 9.2. JJ's gone at 3.3. Waddle gone at 10.9. Debo gone at 8.8. MT gone at 10.7. Herbie gone at 6.6. JJ is gone at 1.8. Devontae Adams gone at 1.9. Josh Allen's gone at 4.3. Kupp gone at 5.11. And Pittman gone at 9.12. So it's an interesting board. But it definitely, a lot of those first rounders, Chase, JJ, JT, Kupp are all gone. So that's what I'm practicing for overall. John, what do you think of Godwin this year coming off injury and all? I'm fine with Godwin. Like, at his ADP, I'm fine with Godwin, man. Like, he goes at 5.8 tonight. If you're in the 5th or 6th round and Godwin's there, take him all day, man. I'm not worried about. He's always been a little dinged up. I'm fine with him, man. Andrea feeling nervous. I feel that. It's going to be a fun season. It's going to be a good time. Guys, don't let fantasy make you nervous. Don't let it freak you out, man. Just have fun with it. Don't let it make you mad either. Just have fun with it. I mean, I've always been so into fantasy, and I had like times like where I'd be so mad at fantasy, and it's like, especially ever since I started the channel, like I just enjoy fantasy so much more now because like it's such a collaborative, such a great community with you guys, but also like. It's just become about so much more than my own fantasy team now. And, like, I just sit back and enjoy fantasy. And I just encourage you guys, like, to really just have fun overall with fantasy football. Like, I get, like, a lot of you guys have money involved and, like, this and that. And I get it. Or you've been playing in a league for a long time and you're competitive. I get it. But just have fun with it, man. It's such a unique thing. Fantasy football is really just, it's miraculous. Like, it's such a, like, in my second most serious league, my second long-time league that I've been in for a really long time now. Like, it's with my old manager from my second job ever, like when I was fresh out of high school. And literally, like, George, if you're listening to this, like, if it wasn't for fantasy football, I would not be talking to George to this day. And probably vice versa, you know? And it's just crazy, like, and even in my personal league, like, so many of those people, like, I talk to, like so much more during fantasy season. Like it's just such a community thing, man. Fantasy football is truthfully such a cool thing, man. So, all right. Why are they all staggered like that? Like in your keeper league, if you finished first, your keeper goes in the first draft slot. So it depends. It depends on. You can format it that way, but there are a lot of leagues that format it. Like if you drafted Javonte Williams the previous year at 7.1, then you forfeit your 7.1 select, or not even 7.1. If you drafted him in the 7th round the previous year, then you forfeit your 7th rounder for your keeper, if that makes sense. So there are more than one way to format it, and most of the time when I've played in keeper leagues, that's how it's been formatted. You forfeit whatever round you selected, that whoever your keeper is from the year before, if that makes sense. Would you trade Renfro for Godwin? I'd consider it. Like, I love Renfro. Don't get me wrong. That's my dude. Especially in full PPR. But, I mean, Godwin's probably going to be arguably Brady's #1 target going down the field. Evans in the red zone. So I consider it. Like, Godwin is going to have... Godwin was actually presented some really good ceilings last year, even with Evans there, even with Fournette playing well in terms of the receiving game, and even Gronk, when he was healthy, playing well. So, and even AB stealing some ceiling overall as well when he was actually on the football field. So, I'd probably go Godwin by a hair. I do like Renfro a lot, though. So... Trenton says, okay, cool. Gets extra value. Yeah, man, you can get some beautiful value overall. you know, you can get some completely unfair value. All right, if Devonta Smith is available for me in the 8th round, like, I mean, you best believe I'm taking my boy. Wow, tight end got decimated tonight, man. You best believe it. All right, so let's switch it up here. Go receiver and running back here. What in the world do you guys do to tight end? It's dead. All right. You can't hang. This team was odd. I'm dumb and took Kirk before Ayuk. I wouldn't say that's dumb. I mean, I like Ayuk a lot. I think he presents some great upside. But I like Kirk this year as well, man. I think Kirk's your #1 target in Jacksonville, and I think they paid him to do so, or to be so. But I like Ayuk there as well, but I wouldn't say it's dumb to go Kirk. I mean, you have one issue with this team, and you know what that issue is. Quarterback's fine, tight end is fine. Receivers are like, I wouldn't have picked Kirk or Ayuk here. I would have gone running back. You know, like if it's a 2-flex league, maybe. You know, if it's a 1-flex league, you need the running back value here. Whether it's Patty and Cheese, Cook, Hendo, Harris, or Gordon. Like, you need somebody here because your receiving room is stupid. Like, in the best way possible. Like, and I see you saying there's no one. It doesn't matter, man. Like, you need somebody here. And then you need another running back in 9.7. This is a true 0 RB team. I mean, you get trade value at receiver this way, right? Apparently, Kirk was a slot receiver. Now he gets to go back to the slot. I mean, I think Kirk's going to be in a really good position this year, man. I do. He's a good value where he's gone to drafts. Jags broke the entire wide receiver market. They better throw Kirk the ball. I mean, that's part of it, right? You give him the bag. Like, you know, he better ball. I agree. Trades, yeah, man. That's one way to look at it, right? Like, as soon as this draft ends, if this is a real draft, you're in the chat and you're saying who needs a wide receiver and what running backs are you guys putting on the block, because you're undoubtedly going to need another running back on this squad, and you're undoubtedly going to be in a spot where you can trade one of those receivers for sure. I'd look to trade Cooper Kupp in this scenario. I mean, he better be getting a crazy RB1. Lamb and Pittman and Hollywood Brown, like, you could get through. Yeah, I mean, Kupp's your best receiver here. But you better be getting, like, you better be getting good value, right? You say you love CD and Pittman. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that, bro. I'm fine with that. I mean, Kupp probably gets you the best RB1, which overall is what you probably need. Like, I mean, to the right team, you might be able to land like a Jones, a Barkley, a Chubb, a Fournette, and a second player. Whether it's another running back, like maybe doesn't give you as good a value in a committee, or just another receiver, like a late rounder guy. So, yeah. I don't Kupp for Mixon and ETN. See, that's gonna be tough, right? Because like you gotta think about it this way. What team is gonna be able to part with Mixon and ETN? Like on most teams, you're probably gonna be looking at Mixon as an RB1 and ETN as an RB2. Like, even if they have good late round running back value, they don't have ETN and Mixon value in later rounds, right? So that's the way you got to think about that. It's probably unlikely that would happen, you know. And I throw in a Kirk. Even then, it's like, then that team probably has the same problem that you have originally, right? Where they have an abundance of wide receivers but no starting running backs. You know what I mean? All right, Andrea says she made the wrong pick. Got some Kansas City value on this squad. That's a dumb trade to throw out. You're fine, bro. You're fine. First thing that popped in your head, I get it. I mean, it's possible that there's a team that has ETN as a running back 3, but even then, I just don't know if that would like realistically happen. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we land Aaron Rodgers again. Are you guys drafting Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr? Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr? All right, give me the stack. Give me the Doobster. I will say this right now. If I come out of my draft, my actual draft, but this is my favorite draft I've done tonight. Like, imagine Antonio Gibson is actually Javonte Williams. I mean, you get an upside play in Debo, an upside play in Allen Robinson, a consistency factor in Metcalf, Renfro, and Smith. Then my running backs are CMC, James Conner, Javonte Williams, then a rookie upside in Cook. Aaron Rodgers is my QB1. And then I get a dart throw, rookie receiver, upside play, and Dubes. Like, I would be super happy with that. You Can't Hang says Rodgers. After the review says, as much as I hate him, A-Rod. Russian says Rodgers. Andrea says Carr. Yeah, I think there's an argument for either. I mean, I am wearing a Rodgers jersey, but honestly, like, part of me leans Carr because the offensive pieces are there, and that division is just gonna, like, it's gonna force shootouts. Like, you think about the Broncos, you think about the Chiefs, think about the Chargers. Like, the Raiders are gonna have like 8 shootouts a year. Like that division is just gonna demand fantasy points. So part of me leans Carr, but part of me doesn't want to doubt A-Rod at all. You know, which I don't. Like, I think he's gonna have a great year, but from a fantasy perspective, I might lean Carr. Elliot says Carr this season can see the Packers shortening games with that stacked D and probably the run game to some degree too. Raiders should be in some track meets in that division. Yeah, absolutely. Trenton says, given choices, I prefer Rodgers. I'll take the talent over the situation. That's a fair, like, that's kind of what it comes, like, when I've been taking him in these mocks, that's kind of what it comes down to as well. Yeah. Like, it's A-Rod. He's won back-to-back MVPs. You know? Like, I think he's having a great year. I don't doubt him because Adams is gone, you know? I just think about the Raiders, and I think the Raiders are going to have a really good year as well. After the review says things Josh McDaniels gives all the touchdowns to his running backs. That's a fair point as well. That's a fair point. I mean, it's going to be like impossible to get in the red zone and not give Adams looks, and Renfro played very well in the red zone as well. But McDaniels is probably going to do some things that is going to piss off fantasy owners overall. As any former New England Patriots coach would do, right? So, all right, man, tonight's stream has gone crazy, guys. We have like over 700 active views on the stream. So, hey, thank you guys so much, man. And we gained over 20 subscribers tonight. Thank you guys, man. That really means a lot to me. A great first stream home overall, man. Appreciate you guys. Andrew says, I like Carr and Cousins. Yeah, I like Cousins in the mix too. But I think I put Rodgers and Carr a hair a bit above Cousins. But the Vikings are going to throw the football more after the review. How do you feel about the Vikings going in the year, man? I do think Cousins is going to have a good year. I think he's a great late-round quarterback on top of things. I agree. I agree. All right, into the 12th round we go. Sorry, guys. We've done this is our third mock. I'm not doing like crazy analysis on the mocks tonight. We've got enough fantasy chat in the chat as is. So, I feel good about this squad. This is my favorite squad I've drafted tonight. But I just don't see how did Devonta Smith fall out to 8.12? And once again, like, I've got an Eagles fanatic in my draft. Like, Devonta Smith has been that guy that I won on my fantasy rosters all offseason. Realistically, he could have gone at 7.1 or 8.12. So I don't think that's going to realistically happen, but I'd be really happy with this receiving room in a 12-team full PPR league. Yep. Who drafted better, the 1 spot or 2 spot? Trenton, are you the 2 spot? I mean, naturally, I have to say myself, right? Look at receiver's a little light at the 2 spot. Receiver's a little bit light at the 2 spot. That would worry me. Like, you got JT to lead the running back room. Like, Dobbins, Penny, Patty and Cheese, Hendo, and Rashad White. Like, you probably need to eliminate 2 of those running backs. I mean, at least one if you're going receiver here in the 12th. and get another receiver in the mix, man. I mean, Evans and Judy is fine, and Sky Moore in the 10th is fine value, but you got to get some more help at receiver, you know, especially in a full PPR league. And, like, you got your RB1 locked, you know. You only need so much help behind JT. Like, I think Dobbins, some of those injuries kind of worry me, but, like, Penny, Patty, and Hendo are fine value, and even Rachaad White where you got him. So, I probably would have gone, like, with the receiver over Dobbins, whether it's Renfro or Bateman, Thielen, Cooper, London, because you need some receiver help. Myers is fine in the 12th. That'd be my only note. I mean, I think outside of it, it's a good squad, man. All right, so I got to go tight end. Get my boy Henry. What, 2 picks left? Give me Matt Gay. Let's go. Honestly, I've been taking kicker before defense in a lot of these drafts, but realistically, like, as much as I believe in streaming defenses, like, in all of my drafts so far this year, I have not drafted a kicker. And guys, like, you just got to look at some of the value at kicker. Like, kickers who aren't getting drafted. Chris Boswell, kicker number 4 last year. He was, like, available in every league I've drafted in. Jake Elliott. I don't know why kickers are all messed up on Sleeper, man. Jake Elliott, another guy. Mason Crosby. Like, there's just, like, stupid kickers available. You know? Ryan Succop's available in a lot of these leagues as well. I don't know why kickers are all messed up. Like, why is it showing me all these weird kickers before showing me starters? I don't know, man. I think I'm leaning towards more of the story, leaning towards drafting a defense first, even though I like streaming defenses. Like, why not lock up a great stream like the Ravens, right? Why not lock up a great stream like the Saints, who are going to be a great defense to hold? Why not lock up the Broncos? You get Seattle and Houston to start the year, like, and then draft Chris Boswell or Jake Elliott to finish your draft, you know? As much as I like my boy Matt Gay. All right, let's see here. Not to spoil my NFC North breakdown too much, but I think there's a new king in the North. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil anything. Should I trade Kirk and Sanders for Gibson? I think no. No. Like, Sanders for Gibson is different. But at the state of affairs, the way that the fantasy community is viewing Gibson, even with the unfortunate circumstances with Robinson, like, I think you could still swing Sanders for Gibson straight up, dude. Like, I think it's fair value. They're both in a committee, you know? So I would say no. I think you're losing value with Kirk there. Should I trade Deontay, CD, Ertz, and Ramondre for Allen, Sutton, Woods, and Walker? I mean, if you need the receiver help, sure. I mean, like, Keenan versus Deontay is not a crazy jump. Sutton versus CD is not a crazy jump. So you're losing Ertz and Ramondre. You're gaining Bobby Trees and Kenneth Walker. How much does that help your roster? I think personally, I just hold Deontay, CeeDee Lamb, Ertz, and Ramondre. Like, I think that as much as I like Bobby Trees where he's going in drafts, like, Ertz and Ramondre Stevenson are probably better players than Woods and Walker. So I'd probably say no. I would trade running back later after New Dobbins was good. I'd probably... Oh. Sorry, Trenton. Oh, you're talking about this draft. Sorry. The purple icons messed me up there. Yeah, I would probably just hold that Raphael. And that's a fair point, Trenton. Justin says, I agree for sure, bro. Kirk is a good pick this year. I don't disagree. I've done about 20 leagues and yet to touch Gibson. At the right price. As an RB4, I like him. This is practice for my keeper league, so really I have Javonte in my head here. All right, what defense am I gonna land? See, like now I'm not, especially where I'm drafting from at 1.1. Like I'm not left with the best options at defense. So I think realistically, this is a good practice for me. I think I'm gonna go kicker and then, or excuse me, defense, then kicker in my draft. So we'll take the Chargers. Why not? Whatever. All right. York is a great kicker for your last pick. Nobody knows about him. Yeah, man. He's balling. He's balling. Only why I'm entertaining the thought is because Robinson is on my bench too. He's an IR. Yeah, man, I really think you can do like, I think Sanders for Gibson is fair. That's the only reason I really don't like the trade, because I think you're losing value at receiver and you're not like gaining value at running back. I mean, it's nice to have the committee, or most of it. McKissick's going to be involved too. You know what I'm saying? Elliott says Bengals and Mitch starts. I like the Bengals as a stream as well. If you guys didn't see the video that dropped today, we're starting this week's schedule a little early. So Stevens' week 1 must start defenses is out. Much awaited, long ado, it's out. So check that out as well. He's got the Bengals on there, yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a look at teams here, and then we're gonna wind things down for the night, man. What a great stream! What a beautiful stream, man. Almost hit 50 likes. If you guys haven't hit the like button already, hit that like button for me, man. If we hit 50 likes, it'll make my day. All right, Michael, what we do here, bro? Staph infection, great value there. Komet and Ertz, I like that. I like that combo there. Swift, Jones, Jacobs, McKissick, Sutton, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, D-Hop, Bobby Trees, McManus, and the Broncos defense. Good squad. You got staph infection. Let's say you're starting Ertz, starting Swift and Jones, starting Sutton, Williams, flexing Davis. That leaves you with Jacobs, D-Hop, Woods, Komet, and McKissick. Got the Broncos against Seattle week 1. This is like my favorite team you've ever drafted, Michael. Yeah, this team slaps, bro. This is a great squad. Yep. That's a great team, man. You can't hang, says this one sucks. Kyler, QB, Waller, tight end. Cup, Lamb, Pittman, Hollywood, Kirk, and Olave. Hunt, Carter, Gainwell, Zamir White, Carlson, the Packers defense. I think all things considered, you got good value at running back between the 10th and the 12th. But you know the issue here. Like, this is just a true 0 RB team. Like, you're playing the waiver, looking against opposing defenses, hoping, God forbid, but hoping some running backs get injured. But outside of that, the team's beautiful. I mean, you got Kyler, QB, Waller, tight end, Kupp, Lamb, Pittman. You're flexing Hollywood, Kirk, or Olave. Then I would say you're probably starting Hunt and Carter as your best chances in week 1. Then Danny Carlson, the Packers defense. So, team 6, what we got here, Russian. Allen at QB, Schultz at tight end, like that. Chase, Waddle, Ayuk, Pickens, Dotson. Good receiver value, man. Good receiving room. Chubb, Pierce, Walker, Isaiah P. And Williams, York, and the Bills defense. Yeah, good squad. Starting Allen, starting Schultz, starting Chubb and Pierce, starting Chase, Waddle, flexing Ayuk or Pickens. That leaves you with Walker, Ayuk or Pickens, Isaiah P, Dotson, Williams. Bills defense and York. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a great little team. I mean, you're in a good, like, if I like your starting core roster and I think you're in a good flex/bench situation, then I'm good with it. Andrew, have a great night. You know what reminded me? I actually had to do a couple things before bed. I wish I had time to run one more, guys. I really do. I really do. But we're going to wind it down. Let's see here. David says, Mon? Where are you? Where can I? Oh, right here. Okay. Trey Lance at QB, that's your guy. Pitts, Henry, Fournette, Algier, and Hines. Cooks, St. Brown, Mooney, Bateman, Burks, Isaiah. And I like this team. Lance at QB, Pitts at tight end, Henry and Fournette. I mean, it's a nice stretch at receiver. Cooks, St. Brown, Mooney. That's probably your starting lineup. At least with Bateman, Burks, Algier, Hines, and Isaiah McKenzie. Starting Bucker and the Colts defense. Yeah, I like this team a lot, man. I do. I mean, for going, like, not going receiver till the 4th, drafting tight end early, this is a good team, man, for sure. I like it. This is a daily thing, bro. Yep. Yeah, it always bums me out, like, when you guys have, like, found the channel towards, I don't know, like, we've been doing this, we've been running mock drafts every single night at the channel for, like, weeks and weeks and weeks now, you know? So maybe not as, we usually don't do 3 or 4 mocks in a night. Like, it's usually 1 mock and we're done. Sometimes on Saturdays a little bit more, but yeah, it just bums me out because, like, the mock draft season is ending, you know? But yeah, essentially it has been a daily thing for sure. Elliot, I'm sorry, bro. It makes me sad when I'm signing off too, and you guys have missed one of the mocks for the night, man. It does. It makes me sad. I'm sorry, bro. Trent, thanks. Keep it up. Oh, we'll be here all season, man. Yeah, all the new subs tonight, man. Welcome to it. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, man. Appreciate you guys. I really do. Happy to have you guys along for the ride this season. Let's see here. If I draft JT, then should I take Hines? Depends on the rest of your roster. You know, I don't think Hines, like, necessarily a handcuff. I mean, like, I don't think he's necessarily, like, a crazy receiving value either. Like, how many targets? I mean, he had 57 targets last year, 76 the year before. I mean, I think Matt Ryan could dump it off more. And maybe, like, after the wear and tear that we saw with JT last year, maybe they pull back on JT a little bit. But really, like, he only had 3 fantasy relevant games, and, like, the Colts were killing the Jets in Week 9. And these other 2, I don't know off the top of my head, but is he a handcuff if JT goes down? Probably. So it just depends, like, if you feel like you need that handcuff or not. I think JT's gonna be healthy next year. Found you today. Been mock drafting random people on Yahoo. My draft is tomorrow, so I just found you. Be my last mock of the year. Seems fitting. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I like that. I like that. Last mock of the year for you, bro. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for tonight's stream. What a beautiful stream. 3 12-team full PPR mocks in the books. Love to see it, man. Love it. I love it. Great stream tonight, man. You guys killed it. Thank you guys, everyone who drafted tonight. Thank you guys so much, man. Everyone who hopped in the live chat. No way I can scroll up and read everyone's name, but you guys, you know who you are. Appreciate you guys, man. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. I am so happy to be back in action with you guys, man. I truly am. Had a great vacation. I appreciate you guys letting me take some time off from streaming, and I'm just ready to go, man. And tomorrow night we have a 10-team auction mock draft per request of Senior Cinnabon. There's a small chance, depending on how long that takes, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. Small chance maybe I run a 12-teamer after it, but probably not. Because this even with a 10-teamer in an auction, it's going to take a minute. So, hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Tomorrow, 10-team auction draft. Look out for Stevens must-start kickers. And Monday night, we're doing an auction draft for the channel. Tuesday night, we've got a 14-team mock. Wednesday night, I've got my 12-team draft, which I will be live streaming for you guys. Thursday night, probably just a short fantasy Q&A before the game. Friday night, Underdog night. Saturday night, late night, fantasy Q&A. Sunday, we'll have fantasy Q&A before kickoff. And we'll have positional videos going out all week. Like I said, Stevens kicker is going out tomorrow. Outside of that, quarterback, wide receiver, running back. tight ends will be dropping this week as well for week 1. I can't believe it, man. It's here. It's fantasy season. Let's go. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you do the channel. Check out all the links in the description down below. If you guys watch this retrospectively, feel free to drop any comments, questions, concerns pertaining to the 2022 fantasy football season down below. And that'll do it, man. Rushton, have a great night. Appreciate that. You too, man. After the review, good to see you, bro. Cheers for sure. Appreciate that, Trenton. I've got till Wednesday, but I appreciate it, man. And you can't hang. Good to have you. And have a good night as well. Andrea, good night. Guys, have a great night. Appreciate you guys, man. I'll go and sign off because I'll just keep rambling if I don't. So with that, I got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.